Today we're going to do something we haven't done in a very long time, and that is taking a look at some custom maps. Well, actually I've only one for you guys, and this one is a banger. This one is called Tectonic, and it's actually a map that's really popular. I think you guys might have seen this going around the community. Now first off, I want to say just how impressed I am by this map. Just look at how it looks. This is just like such a beautiful looking map with the kind of a maze, kind of a labyrinth type of a thingy going in the middle. And then let me show you guys how the balloons are coming out. So we have two tracks defending from the left and the right side, but then these two tracks, they never intersect. So look at how the balloons are going. So this means that, well, let me just take, by the way, the tower that I guess has the longest range, which is going to be the glue. So let me just show you guys that whatever you place, like let's say you have it on the left side, it's never going to reach over onto the other track. So what this means is that we're essentially going to be forced to defend two tracks at once. So these are completely separate tracks, and we're going to have to find a way to defend both of them. Now this map has a very cool secret, and that is this big red button right here at the top right. So if you click it, there's something that you can remove for 2.4k. Now I know exactly what this thing is, and it's gonna help us in defending this map by a lot. It's a really cool feature, and let's see how we're gonna do. So this track is like, it's kind of a longish track, but it's not exact. Oh my god, am I gonna lose on the first one? Okay, this sniper needs to go on first then, I think. Oh my god, I lost the first round. Okay, so let's keep this guy on first. Actually, I think I had him on strong, so he was focusing down some green blues on the right side. Yeah, there we go, much better this time. Yeah, this targeting is gonna be really interesting actually with this sniper, and not having it on first is probably gonna be a good idea, because the way that this thing works, like if I have it on strong, if there's like a green blue on the right side, it's gonna target it. Correct targeting for this guy is gonna be close, I'm thinking. Let's just move him to close, and then maybe he needs a friend, right? Because one sniper is not gonna be enough. So let me get a second one actually. So I'm gonna keep the new sniper on first actually, so it helps out the dark monkey a little bit, but maybe we need to do something about these green. Oh my god, they both target the same balloon. That's not good. I mean, this guy's on close. Maybe we go on. Is it gonna be a good idea if we go on first? Because the dark monkey is leaking a little bit on the right side. I think that was the, oh, was it the right choice? I see green blue, snipe it. Oh my god. Let's actually move the dark monkey to strong, because it's gonna do 1 damage to these green blues, and essentially because we can do 2 layers of damage with the snipers onto the blue blues, we're gonna one-shot them with the snipers, right? But if they're wasting their time on a green balloon, and then they're wasting their time on the red balloon that comes out of the green balloon, well, they're essentially wasting 1 damage, if it makes sense. So I think this might be a little bit more helpful, but we do need to have some of these guys. So let's go on strong. I see some yellow blues. Move back to first. Oh my god, this is super close, but I think yes, we have it finally. Man, that was only round 9. And after this round is done, we are gonna have the money for Psy. And look at how the map is. Like this is no good spot for Psy and their level 3 ability, but I think we just place them over here, and that should be fine. I mean, we want to get them in range so we can stun some balloons eventually in the future, so I guess we just have to pick a side where it's gonna be the left or the right one. So let's go like this, I guess. Alright, so we're kind of doing well. We stabilized so far. I'm going for the 0-2-2 sniper whenever we get the money. We're going for a bouncing bullet, obviously, because that's a global tower. That's why I brought Psy as well. And therefore, our long-term strategy, this red button is actually gonna be really important, believe it or not. So yeah, we're trying to save up 2.4k, but before that, we need to get the bouncy bullet so we stabilize our defenses. Let's just watch how we do in round 21. So this is a very annoying round actually. I'm gonna use the level 3 ability. Let's just use the stun just for a second. So yellows and pinks behind, and what an annoying round this is. And oh, I see some guys getting really close. Oh my god. Oh wow, that's close actually. Yeah, let's try like this. Let me just upgrade this dark money, I guess, to 0-2-0, and then I don't know guys, like maybe we could have went for the full metal jacket. I think we have to do this, by the way, because Psy is not gonna be able to pop lead balloons on 28 because we bought them very late. Okay, so this is already looking a lot better than last time, and maybe I should be switching this sniper to first as well, just to help out a little bit. And I think that was it. I just upgrading this dark monkey. That's insane. Okay, maybe we commit onto this one for the triple shot, right? You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let me just commit to the triple shot. Why not? I think we're gonna get the range, by the way, so that we can reach a lot more of the track. So let's go like this. And actually, even though we're super close to the bouncing bullet, I want to do the thing. You guys know what the thing is? The little greedy thingy? Yeah, I want to do it. Let me get a discount privilege. I know we probably shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna get it because I have a lot of confidence in our setup. Actually, I think that we're doing fine so far. Alright, let me use the stun ability. We're very close this time. I switched around some targetings, and this is looking a lot better. So let's buy the bouncing bullet. Let's see if this is even going to be enough, because once you buy the bouncing bullet, it's not like it's an auto win for this round, but it does make things a lot easier. And I think actually the bounce distance is enough so that these bullets can bounce between the tracks. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get this tower anyways. Alright, so 38. We might have stabilized a little bit, but these balloons are still making it a lot farther than I would like them to. So yeah, we have a 0-3-2 sniper buffed by a 3-0-0 alchemist. We're just going to keep it like pretty clean in the upcoming 2 rounds, because I forgot to check something. So if the mob is coming out from the left side, we might have a little bit of an issue with side because we could have, I guess, used the level 3, the stun ability, so that we can keep the mob in place, but hope not. I don't know, fingers crossed. Oh my god, it's on the left side. Okay, we might have a little bit of a problem. Okay, so let's go like this. Let me get the deadly precision onto this thing. This does a lot of extra damage, by the way, to the mob. As long as the mob pops in a reasonable time, we can hold 3 of the ceramics with Sai, and then the last one, yes, it gets popped by these guys. There we go. That was a nice clean. Alright, so far so good. And as you guys can see, we're getting close to 2.4k that we need to remove. Oh, wait a minute. Is it actually so far so good? I don't know. Do we need to use the stun ability? I'm being patient, but I see a lot of zebras incoming. You know what? I'm just gonna use the stun ability. Let's just keep these guys in place, buy some time for our snipers. Hopefully this is enough. Like, these zebras need to stop coming out. Like, that's a lot of them, but okay, so they stopped coming out. We have 2.4k to buy the thingy, and are we gonna defend? I think we are. I should, by the way, move side to strong. Now let's see how we do on round 43 and these ceramics. We're gonna have the level 3 ability, so I'm gonna need side to start holding some of these ceramics down, and there we go. And finally, I feel comfortable pressing the button, and after we press the button, we're gonna get a huge helping hand for this entire run. And let me just place it and let me show you guys what's happening. I need to be a little bit faster, by the way. So boom, look at this thing. We get a hook which is holding down a platform for us in the best possible spot in the game. So in this spot you can have exactly one tower. Like, I don't think you can have more than one tower. I think it's like, pretty sure it's just one tower. Even if it's like the smallest footprint towers, you can only have one, but I wanted to have a super monkey on here. So yeah, this is pretty much the best spot on the map for something like this. And wait a minute, no, please don't tell me we're gonna lose this. Please, someone hold these purple balloons. Yes, okay, but that was only 45. Alright, we need to get counter attack on this guy as soon as possible. Now, there's a little bit of a problem with this super monkey, as you guys can see, and that's the fact that we cannot buff this super monkey in any way, because you cannot have any towers around it, so it's gonna have to be a self-sustaining super monkey, and I'm still thinking what's the crossbow that I want to go for this guy. I'm not actually thinking about the sun avatar, believe it or not. I am thinking about either the middle crossbow or the bottom one. So if you go for the bottom one, I'm gonna commit to go all the way through, so I want to buy the dark champion, and if we go for the middle one, we're probably gonna stop at, well, the tech terror. So which one is it, guys? I have no idea because I haven't made the decision yet, and let's just watch these rounds. So let me just use the stun ability, by the way, for these ceramics. I think that now we're doing a little bit better than, oh my god, did I have this guy first this entire time? Yeah, this guy needs to be in a strong, by the way, because he one-shot ceramics. That's my bad. I don't know, guys. I think we're going middle crossbow, right? I mean, we cannot give it an alchemist. The previous got that, the middle crossbow actually got nerfed so much in the previous few updates, in plural, not even singular. But I still think that it's a decent tower, and even though we cannot out buff it or anything like that, I still think we go, just because when we expand this range, look at how big the range becomes. It's just gonna be able to cover so much of the map, and I absolutely like this thing. So let's go for the robo like this. Yeah, let's actually kind of watch these mid 50s. So 56, absolutely no problem. 57 is gonna be an interesting one with the 2x2 mobs, so let's watch that one and a bunch of ceramics behind them. So let's see how we do. Yeah, these mobs are getting popped instantly. I don't think that we're gonna be seeing any problems until, I don't know, maybe like the 70s or something like that. I've wanted to play this thing. I actually had this map in my notes for a very long time, at least the code, right? I had the code in my notes for a very long time, and I wanted to play it, and I think that this is just the perfect opportunity to do so. So round 63, by the way, we got level 10 on side. Let's see how we do versus these ceramic waves. So we are defending them both at the same. Oh my god, wait a minute, someone hold these guys. Yeah, there we go. All right, okay, so that got me scared a little bit, so I'm going to use the stun ability actually to keep these guys on the right in place. And then did we defeat the entire wave on the right side? I'm not sure. Now the left side, yeah, we're defending both of them. That's fine. Actually, I just wanted to do that with the stun because for this one I wanted to use the level 10 ability, so just get rid of the entire waves, and I think we're fine actually versus these big mob class balloons. Like, I didn't make a mistake by using the level 3 and the level 10 ability, right? Hope not. I mean, 45 mobs, we can hold the ceramics, and it's not that many ceramics, right? So yeah, so look at this thing. Side just holds them all together, right? And this is round in which we finally get the tech terrorist, so this is gonna make things so much easier for us, although it's gonna be like the bottom crossbow tech terrorist, so not, you know, not as powerful with the main guns, but we do get the ability, which is really nice. So let's buy this thing right now. Alright, so 75, I think it's time for us to use the tech terror ability to just get rid of these guys and just to get a gauge on how big the ability radius is. And yeah, it didn't get, so I want to check if it's gonna get these guys up top, and it's not getting them. So yeah, we're gonna have to be a little bit careful for these 80s and just the late game in general. Okay, so around 78, I'm gonna use size level 10 ability to clean out this wave, and then for the next one, because I used the ability on 77, the tech terror one, so I don't think size level 10 is coming off cooldown for the second wave of ceramics, but I think we can use it, use the tech terror ability. So let me actually start getting ready for the ultra for late game, and let me just go for a tower that I absolutely am comfortable using. I know exactly what it does, and I also love buying abilities. When I have abilities, I feel like I have options. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna go for the Carpet Spikes. This is, by the way, the nerfed Carpet Spikes. Oh, let's just not miss the ability timing. So let's go like, oh wait a minute, I missed it by a little bit. No, do we need to use the level 10 ability? No, there we go. So using this Tech Terror ability is actually a little bit annoying, because when the guys on the left make it on the inside and they're in the correct spot for you to use the ability, these guys on the right, sometimes they've already went past the round. So I don't know, like timing this ability seems a little bit weird. Oh wait a minute, let me use the Spike Storm. Is that gonna be enough to clean out these guys? Alright, no problems with the ZOMG as expected, but this is where the troubles are gonna start. So free play rolling in, and then also I was kind of thinking after we buy the Carpet of Spikes, like what are we defending with? So we're gonna need to buy some support towers obviously, but these typical, you know, glues and boomerangs, I'm not sure if they're gonna help because we can't cover both exits. So I don't know, maybe we just like glue one part of the track and then we kind of deal with the other one. I don't know, guys. This is gonna be an interesting one. Oh wait a minute, let me just use the level 10 ability. Oh my god, these small balloons are gonna be super annoying, aren't they? Yes, they are. I already know it. I know what's gonna be happening in the next rounds, guys. Alright, a bunch of mobs. Let me use the Spike Storm, and this should be fine. No, let's use the Tech Terror ability and the level 10 ability again, and these guys are still leaking. We might have a little bit of an issue. Okay, so we have a huge problem actually. That's the fact that Sai still cannot target mob class balloons, which means that once we use the level 10 ability, it's only affecting small ceramics. So we are losing on 83, which is, well, not cool. Okay, so let me use the Spike Storm ability, and then let's just be mindful about the small ceramic balloons because that's where we're losing to. So let's use the Tech Terror ability like this, and then what I'm trying to do is let's use the stun as well, and I'm trying to just kind of be, you know, preemptively using these abilities so that we don't create a mess for ourselves at the back. And then I'm using the level 10 ability as like this last resort, so I feel like this should be a good time to use it. Or is it? I'm watching the right side. No, I was patient with it and I think it's gonna pay off. Yeah, there we go, we got this one. All right, so let's see if the patience is gonna, well, pay off. So let's stun these guys. Let's just keep using these abilities as much as possible so we can get 2 rounds of them. And so let me wipe these small mobs just like this, and I'm just trying to get these guys on cooldown as much as possible. I mean, the right side is the one that's the most problematic, right? Because I don't see anything leaking, especially from the left side. That's probably because we have the Spike Storm on the side, and how are we? No. All right, let's try to fix the left side a little bit with something like this. Spike balls. Do we need to give it an alchemist? I don't think I'm going to be giving it an alchemist anytime soon. Let's just keep it as a 3-0-0 actually. So I'm really waiting for the BFBs to come in range in the Tech Terror so that we can get as many of them as possible. So let's use it right now, and look at the spike balls at the back. Are we defending? Yes, we are. Yes, well, that was all we needed to do. I mean, to be fair, this is setting back the Carpet Spikes by a little bit, but yeah, I guess whatever buys us a little bit of time, right? Huge part of why we're losing onto these rounds, by the way, is because Sai is not level 14 yet, and they cannot pop Moab class balloons. So, well, not Moab class balloons, but just like the blue mobs. So we have entire mobs just leaking straight through. So I don't like that, and I actually don't even like what I'm seeing with the ZOMG because the guy on the right is just out. I'm gonna use the ability. Oh, I think we got lucky there. You know what happened? We got a crit. I don't think you're one-shotting a ZOMG with the Tech Terror ability, but I think that was a crit actually. That was a little bit lucky because I wasn't planning on that. Right, so let's get ready for the big round, and because this is gonna be the round in which we buy the Carpet Spikes. So how's the right side doing? Spike balls tanking, and do we have the money? Yes. Let me just buy this thing, and finally I think things are gonna become a little bit easier once we buy the Carpet Spikes. Yeah, this passive ability is gonna do wonders, I think, for us. Can we finally breathe a little bit, guys? Because this has been a very intense 90 rounds. This map is, I think it's a little bit deceiving. It looks easier than it actually is. I think if this were in BTD6, this would probably be like an advanced map or something like that. I also bought the Alchemist to 420 because it's buffing 2 towers, so it's gonna be able to fully sustain the buff onto our Carpet Spikes, which is really nice. And now finally, okay, so I think we can be a little bit more loose with the Tech Terror ability. So when these mobs, when these BFVs actually take the turn, I'm gonna use the ability. We wipe out the majority of them, and that's gonna be the entire round. And now what I want to do is I just want to be saving money for the next rounds, or at least until we reach, you know, rounds like 96, 97, 98, you know, the big ones. All right, so what I'm noticing, like in general, the way the balloons come out on this round, even though the left track is the first one, the right track is kind of closer to our Tech Terror, and it's the first one that starts getting attacked. So here's what I was thinking: maybe we get a glue on the left side, we deal with the right side first, and then we focus on the left side. So I think I want to start doing this starting from round 96 because 94 is, well, it's about over. I'm going to use the active ability as well, so we have a lot of things happening on screen, and so far so good. We're around 94, but yeah, let's just try and do that actually. All right, so DD's around 95. I don't think that we're going to be having too many issues with this one just because we have the Carpet Spikes, but I am going to be using that. Let's use the active ability as well. I'm going to need one more passive ability, and this round is done, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, just one more passive ability, please. Yes, there we go, and I think that should be it. Yeah, there we go. That was the entire round. Okay, so something that I want to do start from round 96 is this. I am going to be getting I'm going to get a Moab glue. Actually, I'm going to have this thing strong. So if we can separate these tracks, like deal with the right side first and then deal with the left side, I think that's going to be beneficial. So how is the plan working out, I guess is my question. We also got level 16 on Sai, really good, because now we can target BFB, so might want to switch them to strong, I guess. Actually, is this a crit onto the Super Monkey? I think it might be. I'm going to use it to get rid of all of these. Oh my god, that was no, that was a side level time, really. Okay, we can afford to make that mistake because the next one is round 97, but yeah, we cannot make that mistake again. Okay, by the way, it wasn't even a crit on the Super Monkey ability. Okay, that's completely fine though. I think we're going to get it off cooldown, and that should be, yes, there we go, round 96, done. And this is it. The last 3 rounds, the most difficult one on this entire map, and let's see how we're going to do. Okay, so do we want to be spamming these abilities? I'm not exactly sure, but I think the plan is working on us keeping the, so look at the left side, we're keeping it in place with the glue, and then we're dealing with the right side. So let me use the Tech Terror ability. I'm going to use the stun as well, and I want to keep the level 10 ability. I just want to get rid of the right side as fast as possible. That's the plan for this one. We do have the side level 10 ability, by the way, and I think we should be using it on this round because it's going to be useless on 99 and then around 100 as well. So I think we use it now. I think that was a good usage of the ability. So the ZMGs on the right side are gone, only 4 ZMGs on the left side, but that's probably not going to be an issue. And I think that we finally got a little bit of a break in this entire run, and that is the fact that, well, we click one button and like half of round 98 was gone thanks to Sai. And I think we actually did deserve to beat round 98 just like that because, well, we did struggle on the previous one. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using a Tech Terror ability on this one. Let's just let these guys defend it by themselves, and that's going to be around 98. And so round 99, a bunch of DTs. We did manage to save a lot of cash, by the way, $38,000. And I think this is just the carpet spikes plus Sai effect, right? Them getting a lot stronger. Let me use the active ability, by the way, versus these 45 DTs. So I'm going to keep the Tech Terror ability as well, and that is going to be it. So round 100, the only one left to go. Can we afford a cripple Moab? Actually, the money should be about there. Oh my god, look at this thing, $300 left. Yes, let's buy the cripple Moab. This is going to amplify the damage from the spikes, by the way. This is so perfect. This is like even a non-cross pallet cripple Moab, but there we go. Let's go like this, and then let's use the, oh, the Tech Terror ability is not reaching, but that's completely fine. And there it is. We get it done. Tectonic. What a great map this is. What a fun map this was playing, and with this little spot, with this little hook bringing us, you know, this small platform in which you can only have one tower, but that tower needs to do a lot of work, and it did. So yeah, it was really fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this too. So thanks so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. So it's been a while since we've done some custom maps, and I gotta be honest, the things that I saw in the past few days and the custom maps that you guys have created are absolutely just, they have me floored. So I want to show you guys a couple of maps, and then we're gonna go into some gameplay. So first off, this one is called Press the Red Button. So by the way, this is, let me just press the button, by the way, which you can remove for $1. And bam, look at this. How do you make this thing happen? Oh my god. The first time I pressed the button, I was like, wait, what's gonna happen? And then look at this thing. Guys, how do you even make this thing happen? I have no idea, but I think that this is possible thanks to some new changes. This is just amazing. And honestly, you can just keep pressing the button. You can press it 10 times. I don't think it changes anything, just the location of the button changes. And because it keeps changing location once you press it 10 times, so you guys can see here, this is the 10th time that I'm gonna press it. Look at what happens. I have no idea how you make this thing, and it's like, you win. Please like if you enjoyed. And yeah, that's just one of the maps I want to show you guys. Now this is map number 2, and this one is actually difficult, and I know this because I've tried it. But something cool about this map is that it also contains a removable object, and this is right here in the middle. So this is like a supernova. It's a star that's exploding, and you cannot place any towers in the middle, but you kind of can have some towers right here on the sides. But then if you remove this thing, look at what happens. This is, oh my god, how do you even make that thing happen? And change colors and everything, and now you can place towers in the middle, and the towers are kind of glowing, and I'm in awe just watching these things. I have no idea how you make this thing, but I'm gonna have the codes for both of these maps in the description if you guys want to check them out. Okay, last one before we go into gameplay. This one is called Tic-Tac-Toe Working, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's tic-tac-toe. So for example, I want to go here, so it's gonna do an X for me, and then it's going to, I don't even know how you make this thing happen, but it just plays tic-tac-toe with you. Let's go like this. And is it gonna, no, it didn't block me, but it's trying to do the thing. So I'm gonna win actually if you go like this, and it just keeps placing these circles. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so let's go from right, and then let's do one. Wait, I lost? Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this one out actually. But this is the map that I wanted to actually play in this video. This is like the Demon Frog map or whatever this thing is. But this one actually has no name. It's called like the Veil. It's one of those default names which I don't even want to say because I'm not even sure if the creator wanted to name it like that. But yeah, this is a very cool looking map. It's essentially a cube, but as you guys can see, you know, the top side makes sense. But then once you go, you know, maybe you kind of tilt towards the left side, and this thing is all flipped over, and then the right side is also kind of a bird's eye perspective, right, on what is happening. So I thought this was a really cool map. And also these red and white outlines that you guys see all around the cube, they block vision. So for example, that red balloon, I feel like Quincy is not going to be able to snipe it, right? So you can only defend these portions of the cube, which is actually really interesting. And look at how the balloons go. They take all the way around. They're going to exit here on the left side, and we have to place a dark Wait, why doesn't it? Okay, I have no idea why that just happened and why the dart wasn't able to attack, but something I noticed is that if you place a sniper, the sniper can see the entire map. So let's just have a sniper like this. I'm gonna set it to strong, and then what I wanted to do for this video is I wanted to kind of check out the balance change, which it's not like the most significant balance change, and that's why I'm kind of doing, you know, more of a custom map video, but we're gonna check it out anyways. And that is the level 18 and the level 20 Quincy change, where the Storm of Arrows got some extra damage. And so I really love the description of this thing. Actually, in the patch notes, they wrote something like Quincy's level 10 ability was like dropping wet noodles onto the balloons, and we didn't like that. so we're just gonna give him some extra damage. And I thought it was really funny, actually. They phrased it like that. Okay, I'm gonna need this sniper to get rid of all of these balloons, and if we do, we have the level 3. Yes, there we go. So we have the level 3 Quincy ability, which I was saving on purpose for round 15, and we're gonna have the money for the heli straight up on this round. So I'm actually gonna use the level 3 a little bit earlier, just so we can get the heli going, and we should be able to defend. I feel like just because this is like a one-track map, it shouldn't be too difficult, especially for like a heli, right? And we're just gonna set it on pursuit, and it's gonna chase the balloons by itself. We're gonna buff it up as usual, and yeah, let's see how we can make this thing work. So what do we want to do for lead popping power? I feel like we get an alchemist. The alchemist is gonna go like this, and I really want to make sure the alchemist only buffs the heli and nothing else. So let's go like this. I'm gonna have it as a 220, by the way, because it gives a little bit of extended duration on the AMD. It's 12 shots instead of 10. And then if I'm correct, we should have enough space right here where my mouse is to have a village, and the village should be able to affect all of these guys like Quincy and the sniper, as well as the heli. So let me just check. Yes, look at this. We got the placement down. Let's go. Okay, so still not that much lead popping power, actually. The alchemist helps out a little bit. Quincy's exploding arrow helps a little bit, and then the AMD. I feel like this is just gonna be enough for, I guess, these next rounds. Oh, actually, do I have this thing? Oh my god, we have no camo. Wait a minute, I think Quincy can see. You guys see this small space? It's not enough, is it? Oh my god, those bounces. You don't get those often, and you know what? I'm not gonna make the same mistake. So I'm gonna make sure I have camo detection for round 42, because that's when the next camo balloons are. Let me get the semi-auto while we're here, and the Moab is gonna appear in a second. And this thing is just gonna shred the Moab, right, with the help of, yes. So there goes the Moab. The Moab is actually gonna pop pretty fast. And so now let's not make the same mistake. Let's actually get some camo detection. Let me buy the radar scanner finally. And some actually interesting developments in Bloons BTD6 land, if you can call it like that. But I think BTD6 is officially coming to PlayStation pretty soon. I feel like I just bought the Jungle Village, by the way, for a little bit extra attack speed. But for you guys that are on consoles, you can expect BTD6 to come for your PlayStation actually pretty soon. I think it's out on Xbox, by the way. But yeah, PS users as well get it pretty soon. So it's been a few days since the Mr. Beast promotion. I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about it? Like, do you think that, are you guys seeing some new people? Are you one of the new people that just came from Mr. Beast and from the video? How are you enjoying BTD6? I think the promotion was somewhat of a success, actually. It's an amazing game. I mean, you cannot go wrong. By the way, I bought the Moab Shove for this thing, because we're eventually going to go for the Comanche defense, but I do want to finish the Elite Defender first, and then we're going to go for the other stuff. But something that I noticed was that the game was not on a discount. I mean, did I miss that? Was it actually on a discount? And I maybe missed that, but I feel like it wasn't, right? And so I was like, wait a minute, it would have been nice to give like a 10-20% discount just for all those new people coming in from Mr. Beast. But maybe I'm wrong, maybe I missed it, but I feel like that would have been, you know, an even better chance to get even more people hooked into BT6, because this is actually the best tower defense game that exists, I feel like. Let me just buy the Elite Defender. I can't wait to see what you guys can make with these removable objects, and the fact that you can make the map evolve. I was so impressed with the first time that I saw these things, and I'm just thinking about the possibilities of something like an evolving map, or maybe you need to save a certain amount of money so that you can unlock space to defend. I mean, that is just, the possibilities are endless, and I know there are a lot of creative people watching this and just playing BT6, so it is just gonna be more awesome from here. And in come these a little bit more stronger rounds. And the reason why I bought the Elite Defender, by the way, is because this Moab Shove is going to keep the Moab class balloons in place, but it's not actually going to deal with them unless we start upgrading to a tier 4 and a tier 5. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the tier 4 now, actually, and I'm going to buy the Alchemist as the 420. So this heli is going to hit hard, and then eventually, if we move it past, you know, 25-50% of the track, then we're going to get some new mini Comanches incoming. And I feel like this should be more than enough round. Oh, wait a minute, this is 63. Okay, so I was about to say this should be enough for 63, and I feel like like it is, right? We got 2 helis to proc, and this is gonna be the last wave. We do have the Quincy abilities, but I'm not gonna use them because I do feel like, yeah, this is gonna be more than enough. That's amazing. Alright, so that's actually be smart for the next 3 rounds because we're going to need to use Quincy's abilities to get through these ones because I'm trying to save up 37.8k for the Comanche Commander and I don't want to be spending money on anything else. So far we have 1 heli that got called in. We're going to get the second one now and I really hope that these guys, yeah, they're going to deal with these ones. And I'm actually going to use the level 3 ability because I don't want to proc the 4th one. We're going to use the level 10 ability actually for 76. And this is why Quincy's actually a nice hero. I mean, come on, guys. And look at this, we're getting closer to level 18 and level 20 eventually when the Storm of Arrows damage is going to get increased to ceramics. And hold on, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't have used the level 3 ability because now Quincy cannot attack because of this map. The sniper can, but these 3 Comanches, oh yeah, they're just going to clean up. That's amazing. Alright, getting really close, and there we have it. We have the money for the Comanche Commander, so I'm just gonna buy it. I know it's round 79, we get it pretty early, which means that during the next 20 rounds, we're gonna have a lot of free money to do whatever we want. And actually, I wanted to use this money to buy some support towers rather than more DPS, because I do still want to play around the Comanche Commander, but we're gonna be using some stuff like, probably some ice towers, honestly. We need the MIB, so I might as well buy it now because of DDTs, and I also want to buy a bunch of boomerangs, actually. So let's get it going with the boomers. Let's start buying them like this. This is, by the way, the best late game combo that you can do. If you buy yourself like 2 204 boomerangs and 1 relentless glue, these guys are just gonna hold balloons in place forever. And keep in mind we have the Moab shove going, which is, it's actually probably not that helpful now. Nowadays because we have a bunch of balloons incoming, but come on, guys, this is just the perfect stalling strategy right here, these 3 guys. And you know what, I'm noticing some space right here, and I think this is gonna be the perfect spot. It's in the range of the village, so I'm actually gonna buy it. Let's try and save up money for the super barrel, which is gonna increase the damage that these guys do. This is an amazing combo, by the way, with the Comanche Commander, like in general as a whole tower. So let's just try and get the super barrel before we end this game, and just take a look at how these balloons are just not getting past, I guess, at the point where this ice tower is, although I don't want to jinx it. Oh, that was the DDTs, by the way. We can't even see the DDTs because they pop so fast. But yeah, the Comanche is not getting buffed. Actually, you can't even exactly buff it that much because it doesn't respond to like overclocks and stuff like that. Only the main heli gets buffed, right? So these small ones don't. But look at this thing. We are holding these balloons basically around. I would say they kind of make it past the ice tower, but they maybe make it to this corner, and that is about it. And that is thanks to the amazing stalling power that we have thanks to these 3 towers. So yeah, the most important towers, guys. You're going late game, you want to stall some balloons, and you want to be safe about your late game runs. This is the trio essentially that you need. But yeah, this Comanche Commander seems to be a very interesting tower. I mean, they've been buffing it a lot actually, and it is showing. It is definitely defending and doing a lot of damage by itself, and that's why they needed to kind of do a little bit of a price bump on it actually. So that's why we see a $3,000 increase. But let's see how the Comanche Commander actually does versus round 95. We do have a lot of slows, a lot of stalls, but I don't exactly expect these guys to go too far, and the ice tower is gonna help. It's only +1 damage, but it's gonna help. And let's actually use Quincy's level. Oh, we needed to see, wait, what's Quincy's level? He's level 20. Okay, that's amazing. Okay, so we wanted to see how much damage Quincy's level 10 ability, actually it's now level 20, the Storm of Arrows, does to ceramic balloons. And what's gonna be the best round to do that? I mean, round 98, I feel like. We do get the money for the super barrel, by the way, just on top of these UMGs. So now the damage that these helis are doing is just gonna explode. Yeah, so let's watch these 45 UMGs, for example. They're gonna get slow, they're gonna get kept in place, and as soon as this super barrel starts attacking them, I mean, yeah, they're just gonna evaporate. Okay, so let's just use Quincy's level 10 ability once actually, because we wanted to see the wet noodles get dropped. But I'm not sure if we're gonna see any ceramic balloons. Oh my god, look at this thing. It's round 98, it's getting kept in place. I'm gonna use Quincy's level 3 ability actually because it also combos nicely with the ice. And then let me just drop the wet noodles and let's see what it's gonna do. We dropped it on top of a bunch of Moab class balloons, so we didn't get to see it that time. But look at just round 98 just being kept in the corner by like 3 towers in total. Yeah, and there goes round 98, and we have 2 more rounds left to go. So what else do we have the money to buy anything? Like, do we need to buy anything? I feel like the bat, we cannot hold the bat in place, so maybe we can get either some extra damage honestly, or we just you know what, let's go the extra damage route. So let's go like this. I'm gonna buy a glue strike with $10,000 remaining, and I'm just gonna buy a glue strike, and I'm gonna amplify the damage that all our guys do. So let's just use the ability. Quincy's level 3, and this thing is gonna pop in a second, isn't it? Yep. Oh my god, look at Quincy go. Those arrows, he's shooting so many arrows, it's insane. But let's use the level 10 ability, and there is this custom map, which by the way has the most amount of accolades. This dancing monkey, I think this is the fun one, which it actually was fun to play. And I just hit review map, see how many pops we got on this thing. 1.2k. Yeah, a little bit more expensive this Comanche Commander, but definitely, you know, I feel like it's worth for the price, and then just our amazing stalling theme. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one. So recently I came across this map which had a very unique name. The name is only 2 letters, and these 2 letters stand exactly for what you think they stand. So let me show you guys why the map got its name. It seems like it's just like a straight line, right? And the balloons are coming up from the left, they're walking on the right side, but yeah, that's not exactly the case. So let me just hit start and show you guys what the thing is. So you guys see what's happening on the left side. That was a little bit too fast. Let me just redo it again. So look at this thing. We're playing 2 tracks, but these 2 tracks are not connected. There's like a divider in the middle, and so whatever comes out from the left side just goes back into the left side, and that's how the map gets its name, by the way. So this is a very short track, by the way, on the left side, and let's try and beat this thing on chimps mode. Now I do have a strategy plan for this whole thing. We need to defend 2 tracks, and these 2 tracks, as you guys can see, are not exactly connected in any way. Well, maybe you can have your defenses in the middle, and that's exactly what I'm planning for. And let's just see how we do. So I'm gonna get the quick shots actually, because I did play through the first round. I wasn't able to get through the first round, and then I realized that maybe if I just get the quick shots, just kind of, you know, go past this thing. And so now my question is, can we get away with just going straight for Oben? Because Oben is how I want to do this thing. So let me just watch this round, and if we defeat this one, then we are, yes, there we go. So we're gonna have the money for Oben, and I want to have Oben just like this in the middle, so you can see both of the tracks. So let's have them like this. And yeah, so here is the plan for this entire thing. Before starting this map, I was thinking what I want to do to defeat this thing on chimps mode, and I was thinking, because we're defending 2 tracks, it would be nice if we got like a nice OP tower that's able to defend 2 tracks at once, right? So the tower that I came up with was the Millipede Super Monkey. I wanted to get the Robo, and also I'm probably going to go to a Tech Terror as well, which is a tower that you really don't see. I don't exactly buy it that much, so you don't see it exactly that much on this channel, and the money is going super well actually in this early game. I still haven't used the Brambles, and I'm really trying not to use them. And is this going to be the first one? Oh, this is going to be the first round in which we have to, right? You know what? Let me actually try and get away without using the Brambles as much as possible. So if I set Oben on last, because the left one is the shorter one, so if I have him set on first, it's going to target things on the left side because they are technically first. But if I have him set on last, it should attack the right side, right? There we go. Just like that, and boom, there we go. Okay, so let's pray for RNG, because Brambles are still RNG, I think, and of course we get the bad one. But you know what, I think the AoE is a little bit higher, so maybe when these balloons are coming out from the right, they can touch the Brambles a little bit, and maybe they'll get popped or something like that. I think that that's exactly what's happening, by the way. Oh, wait a minute, maybe we can cheese it with a wall of trees if we have it like right here in the middle. That would be interesting. But we do have the money for the super, so let me just, I'm a little bit late, but let me just retry, and I'm just gonna place the super during this round. I want to have it like here in the center, so let's just be quick with this thing. And yeah, so as soon as this guy gets to the Miller Crosspath, the Miller Crosspath is the range one, and then Oben's level 11 is going to give it even more range and even more pierce, and this thing should work out. But yeah, let's see how we do on these rounds. So we're going to need some camo. And what's this going to be? Brambles? Yes, there we go. We got lucky. It's a 50-50, guys. Okay, so now I do have a really funny plan for round 33. Because we don't have any camo detection on the right side yet, so I wanted to do, well, first off, let me just get the bigger radius. Is this in range? Yeah, it is. So I wanted to buy the crossbow for the left side, and I wanted to play the 50-50 roulette for the Brambles. So let's see if it's gonna happen. No, we missed it. Okay, let's restart. Okay, let's try it again. Yes, we got it that time. That's amazing. So now the dart defends the left side, and then these guys go into the Brambles on the right side. And you know what? I mean, it's working. This is not how you usually play, but it is working out, it seems like. Okay, so round 37, we're gonna have lead balloons in a second, so I'm just gonna switch over to Strong. I want him to only target the lead balloons and nothing else. And also, I'm just gonna keep the super on last, so he focuses down the right side, because the right side is under defended for sure. We do a little bit of attacking on the left. Then I'm gonna need a totem actually, and this last targeting seems to be working out for some reason. I don't know, it balances out in the end, it looks like, and I think that is okay. So we're gonna have some camos actually. So do we bramble it up? I don't know. Let's see if these guys are gonna be able to defend. The left side is defending. Oh my god, we got the brambles on the left. No, let's try it again. Gamble it up. No, he keeps sending them on the left side. Come on, Oben. Okay, let's try it again. I'm gonna need you to do the right thing, Oben. Oh my god, this is insane. Round 4, let's see if he's gonna do the right thing. Oh my god, he's like, he doesn't want to win. Round 5. No, he's, oh my god, this is insane. This is probably the 6th time, so let's, no way this is happening. finally, we got them on the right side. Finally, we're done with this round. There we go. That's exactly what we needed to have happen. Okay, so the run continues, I guess. And so the knockback is a really important upgrade for round 40, but then I'm just thinking, what else are we buying besides the knockback? Because we're not going to have a lot of money left over. So I'm actually going to wait for this round to end before buying it. This should be fine, right? No issues. And then let's buy this thing now, and let's hope for the brambles. Yeah, so the brambles are in a nice spot. We have about $1,000 left. So what do $1,000 buy you? I don't know, if we lose to this thing. I mean, the knockback, oh my god, oh wow, that was actually not even close, I want to say. So the extra Pierce did help a lot, and keep in mind, Oben is not giving Pierce to the Super, it's just the millipede epic range. Okay, I will absolutely take that. Okay, so finally, the most difficult part of this run is over, so I'm just going to give this guy an Alchemist. This is going to be a 3-2-0 Alchemist just to start things off, so we can deal with these balloons like the ceramics and everything else. We do have the camo, so it's a 0-2-2, and because it's under a discount village, this thing is going to be super cheap. So my question is, if I buy one more village, it's not going to be... So the village is going to be in range of the other village, but it's not going to get the robo inside of it. I want to get a little extra discount, but that's completely fine because it's still super cheap. It's like 6.4k. And now look at this. This is so much easier than everything that we went through in these past few rounds. So this is round 47. I'm just going to use the brambles, but they immediately disappear. That's fine. So we get the robo now, and look at this thing. One is on first and one is on last. So we have it's not a tower, but it's like an arm that's dedicated to each track. And then we can also do some micro shenanigans if we need to, because I think that if I set it on close, it's mainly going to focus the left side, right? Because the left one is the... I'm just messing up the targeting. But yeah, the left one is a little bit closer. So we do have an option to do that. Let's just watch around like 49. Let me buy the strongest stimulant. And let's see how good this 0-3-2 super... It's really good, actually. These crits are insane. And I think that it's going to defend the 50s by itself. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens in like rounds like, for example, 63 or something like that. But I do plan on getting the Tech Terror actually, and Oben is gonna be level 11, and on level 11 Oben gives some huge buffs to these magic based towers. And here's something that we can do. We can actually just set the let me actually test this thing. So if I set this thing like this, the wall of trees, and if I use it, are balloons from both sides gonna be able to walk into this thing? Did I just find a way to cheat the system? Let's just see for this mob. Oh no, it actually popped immediately. And this super does not care. This is around 57. It is both arms are, one is on last, one is on first, so basically one is dedicated to each track. And we're gonna have the money for the Tech Terror in a second, but I do want to watch 58 because it has a bunch of ceramics, like 5 mobs on it, and it seems like it's not even struggling. The money is there, and I still haven't seen anything walk into the wall of trees. So I'm probably going to keep the wall of trees like this, and then I'm going to reuse them on the right side because that's the under defended one. And yeah, absolutely no issues. So let me get the Tech Terror. Actually, let's just buy this thing, and we also need a little bit of Camel Lead popping power, so we're going to get it through that. So here comes 63. This is a very important round, and this is the round in which we're going to see if things can walk into... No, it's not. No, it's not. This Tech Terror is super good. Nope. I was thinking maybe we're gonna see like a balloon walk into the wall of trees, but no, it's just defending everything by itself. Okay, I mean, listen, I know that this is doing a lot of damage, and I'm absolutely not complaining. Okay, so let's start working towards the other stuff that we want to buy. We're gonna need another village anyways for the Avatar of Rat, plus we're gonna need an MIB village, and this one is a 202. And also a camo one, right? So let's have the other village like this in the range of the first one as well. Let me just get the discount, so let me start upgrading this thing. And then, I don't know, we can go two ways about this. We can buy the 5 Populus and then get the Avatar Rat, but I prefer to get the Avatar Rat first and then spam the Populus. So that's going to be the plan for the next few rounds. And as usual, nothing's happening 65 to 75, so I'm going to see you guys in a second. Okay, so we can use the... Let me just, you know what? Let me just wipe these guys with the ability, both of the ceramic waves in 78. And then let me just replenish the wall of trees because I think that this... I just want to have them on cooldown right while there's nothing happening, so that if something happens, you do have the cooldown ready to use them. And we're gonna get the Tech Terror ability back for the second wave, and I think that we should probably use it, right? The wall of trees has a super long cooldown, by the way, but it can hold a lot of balloons. So let me just wait a little bit, and let me just wipe these guys, and yeah, there we go. That's about it. Okay, so this is gonna be the last one, and after this we're gonna have the ZOMG, and the money is doing amazing, guys. So let me not jinx it, but if everything goes well, 82 is the round to which we buy this thing. And yeah, let's just see how we do versus the ZOMG. Do we use an ability or something like that? I don't think that this damage is going to be enough. The wall of trees cannot hold BFBs, and these guys are turning back. No. Is this the round that we lose on, actually? Okay, so I do have a way of dealing with this, which is basically just using the Tech Terror ability. The problem is that I kind of wanted to save it for the 80s. And, yeah, Yeah, that might be a little thingy. So you know what? I'm just gonna use it. As soon as this thing pops, yeah, I'm just gonna use it. Let's wipe these guys. We do have 5% cooldown reduction thanks to Oben for these cooldowns. So maybe that's gonna come in handy or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we're into free play and we need to beat this round plus 82 if we want to win. And let me just reuse the... Oh my god, things are kind of leaking off. What is happening? I can't even see what's happening. I'm just going to use the brambles, hope we do a little bit of damage, and I really hope that these trees just hold these balloons in place. We have one of the cooldowns ready, but I don't want to use it, and no, we're leaking. Okay, so I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to have the one of the arms on close, one of the arms on first, which is going to make it focus the left side more than the right one, and then it looked like the ability cooldown was out, right? So yeah, look at this thing. Is this the 5% Oben thingy? Yes, we got it. Okay, so we're missing $2,000 and we need to beat this round. Maybe it's not even gonna be the full round actually. Maybe if we just deal with a couple of them. I'm gonna keep this on close and first. And we need 48.6k, guys. I'm just gonna be spamming this button, and I really hope that this works out. We don't have an ability to use, like maybe we have the brambles, but that's about it. And this is not looking good. I saw a Moab on the right side. It's out, isn't it? Yep. Well, if I have one of the arms on last, is that gonna help a little bit? Like maybe we don't focus the damage on one side, or maybe we focus the damage on the left side. Actually, I don't know. But we're super close, and it's, you know, I recently had a game that worked exactly like this, and it was super close. Oh my god, what is even happening? I got the money. I got them. I don't even know what happened back then, but I got the money. I bought this thing. Hopefully these guys defend. Oh my god, how did that even happen? I thought we lost. I wasn't even talking here because I thought we lost. Okay, so we got this thing. That was a little bit insane, but yeah, thankfully we got this thing now. So I think once you buy the avatar of that, things are gonna become a little bit easier. So let's just finish this game like we're supposed to. So first off, we need to buy 5 pop plus for this thing. So let's just start by having as many of them as possible in the range of a discount village, and hopefully in range of both of them, but that's gonna be a little bit difficult. Okay, so let me just get a Moab glue. We're gonna start up with the pop plus just for a second. We're gonna have DDTs on this next one, so I want to slow them down a little bit, and we also have detect their ability if necessary. So let's see how we do. So the left side is getting, so the left side is getting dealt with before the right side, and that might be a little bit important, you know, going forward. And yeah, let's see how we do. So we're slowing them and stunning them on the left side because we got the relentless over here, but we don't have any slows on the left side, which I'm actually gonna do right now. I'm gonna pause the sab actually for a second, and I'm gonna buy a glue. But yeah, we seem to be dealing. Yes, this is just so much damage. This tower is so strong. I have not used this tower in a while, and it's just an amazing tower. So let me do this. Let me just get a Moab glue. I'm not gonna get the relentless onto the right side. I just want to slow these guys down. And so here's the idea: we deal with the left side first, and then we start dealing with the right side, or at least we deal with a portion of the left side, and then we start dealing with the right side. That is the plan that I currently have, and it actually seems to be working because the left side is almost over. It's almost done, and the right side is still coming out. Oh, we have some ZMGs by the way, but the BFBs have been dealt with. And let's just watch. Yeah, look at this thing. Yeah, and also the super is helping out a lot. Exactly. So we deal with the left first. Yes, exactly. And now we deal with the right side, and that's just amazing. Okay, so let me buy the saddle, which I do want to have for 98.99, the 45 DDTs. And then what else, guys? I mean, maybe like the bat, because the bat is going to come out. The left track is the primary one, so the bat is going to come out from here. So we're going to have a very small amount of time to deal with it. So maybe just like, I don't know, like a spike storm in the range of both of discount villages. I think that's gonna be fine. And if I buy the spike storm actually with the bottom cross path, it's only gonna disperse it onto the left track. Okay, so 98, we need the plan to go in full force right now, so we need to deal with the left side first, and we are dealing with it. These guys are just going hard to work, and that is just beautiful. That is just such a good plan. I love it when things work out like this. Oh my god, that's so good. And so the left side is gone, and now we work on the right one, and that's it, 50-50, you just split it up. Okay, so we do have the saddle for the next one. Let me just, I bought the spike storm, and I think we are about ready to deal with the bat. We have almost all of our abilities off cooldown with the exception of the wall of trees. I'm actually going to use the, do we need to use the sab action on this one? I don't think we do. Let's just see what happens. We might have to use the sabo actually, because these are 45 DDTs, and no, they seem to be walking into a wall of trees. Okay, I'm absolutely going to take that. So we save the sabo for when the bat pops. And here's what I want to do. I want to switch Oben's wall of trees to the back now, because it's only the left side that we're defending. And let me use the spike storm. Wait, why is it throwing it on the right side as well? There are no balloons there. Okay, never mind. It's fine. And as soon as this thing pops, let me just refresh the wall of trees, collect, and then we do have both of these. So let me just do this. Let me just use the attack terror ability. that should be it, guys. Honestly, I mean, the wall cheese popped. Oh, is this fine? Yes, it is. But yeah, it was a fun map to beat, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me just check the pause before we go. 936 on this thing, and then 850 on the tech terror, and then the rest are divided between Obin, and I guess a little bit onto these small druids as well, right? Because they did some attacking. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and this very unique map and a very unique name. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Today we're playing Candy Falls, but looking at this map, something seems to be a little off about it, right? I mean, something is not right, but I can't really figure out what it is. Let me just hit play and see what the... Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, so this is Candy Falls, but this one is called Candy Falls Advanced, which is basically an advanced version of the beginner map, which you guys probably know. And yeah, all these tracks are separated. It's not one single track that starts from the bottom and ends at the top. It's 3, and I gotta be honest, this is a perfect copy. I mean, the first time I saw it, even I didn't recognize the difference. It's made that well. So let's see how much of an impact the new Sharpening Stone actually has on the sniper. So as you guys know, the Sharpening Stone now does not give +1 damage in its upgraded version. It only gives +2 pierce now, and I just wanted to see how much of an impact it has on the millipede sniper strategy, and I think this is going to be the perfect strategy. And we did actually try the new Sharpening Stone with the Robo Monkeys, but we still haven't tried it with the sniper, so I wanted to check that one out. Let's see if we're going to beat this round in particular, because there are pinks, and I feel like, yeah, the pinks are going to walk through, so we have to do something about it. And I was actually thinking of just upgrading the sub to the advanced intel. I think this is going to be fine, and then eventually if we can make it to the Herber's darts, that's where we're going to eventually stabilize. So let's watch now. We have the pinks incoming, and I'm just keeping the sub on first. Is that going to be fine? Oh my god, no. Okay, so let's try it like this. I'm going to buy the intel on the sub, and actually, you know what? Maybe we can get away with something like the pickle, honestly, because it's going to give it +1 damage, and that +1 damage goes a really long way on the sub. So, and especially because it's the early game, right? So essentially these pinks are getting turned into green balloons, and yes, that wasn't even close. Okay, so I think that this should be able to hold on until we get the air bursts, and then after we get the air bursts, I think we're just gonna start the sniper spam. And there we go, round 19. We are gonna have the money for the air bursts, and let me just buy them. And actually, oh, pink balloons, I should probably switch the sub to close, right, so that we snipe these pink balloons. And I'm just watching the top and the middle track. I guess the top and the middle are being kind of defended with the oh, that was a great snipe. Okay, so let's make the sub's life a little bit easier. I'm gonna get a dart over here, which is gonna serve as, let me just move it back to first, by the way. This is gonna serve as a spotter for it. That's pretty much it. We have kind of a spotter here at the top, and then I guess that we're gonna have the snipers as spotters here on the right track, right? So maybe we're gonna have a sniper like this, and this guy is gonna do what he's gonna do. I mean, we can get him to like 0-1. I should actually do this. I should actually get him to 0-1-0, because we're gonna have a camo balloon around 24, and then eventually, you know, we're gonna need some lead popping power. So maybe even just getting like an alchemist early on is gonna be nice for him, right? Yeah, let's just move this guy to actually, let's just keep him on stronger. Let's watch what's happening, because this is a mess. I mean, my eyes are going left and right, and I'm barely paying attention. And yeah, we leaked at the bottom, actually. I caught that. Okay, so for these yellows, we can actually give the sub the Sharpening Stone, and I think that that's probably gonna be fine, right? As long as it focuses. It's on first. I did not mess up the targeting, so yes, there we go. That's perfect. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to give this guy, and I should probably switch it to strong, so I'm just gonna give him the AMD, and that should be more than enough to deal with all these lead balloons. And then we are off, guys. We are off on our way to get the bouncing bullet sniper, which is gonna be the first thing that I'm going for. And I really hope that the sub is gonna defend by itself, honestly. This is so close, especially, you know, once a zebra comes out, then it kind of creates a little bit of a mess, but we do get the money. This is like a 0-3-0 straight up bouncing bullet. I don't have any attack speed upgrades, so I wanted to rush it, which I don't know, was that a good choice? I feel like it might have been, right? Because it was kind of getting messy on 34, but we held on, we survived. So let me just upgrade to the bottom crosspath, and then we're gonna have some rainbows on this one. So I'm just trying to speed things up a little bit just so we get the money, and we're done. Okay, so we're done with the sniper, and then I think the next one is just gonna be getting to the berserker brew, right? So let's see how we do on 36. A huge wave of pinks, which is going to get separated between all lanes, and we do not seem to care. Okay, that's amazing. All right. And so far we're doing amazing, as you would expect. 3-0 Alchemist probably should have been a 3-0-1 into a 4-0-1, actually, because I do want to have multiple snipers over here. But let's just see how we're defending these guys. We are walking into round 40 with a lot of cash that is given that we defeat these guys, and I think that we will, actually. Yes, so we're basically coming into this round with a lot of cash, which is exactly what I wanted to have happen, because we don't exactly have a lot of Moab class damage. And this is going to be a problem that I expect to see more in the 50s as well. So let's just see. Is this even gonna pop? Yeah, it barely popped. Okay, so here's my plan for this round. We just need to pop it like a second earlier, and I want to do that by giving the pickles actually to the sub, and I'm gonna have like a glue right here, because I guess that's about where the new with the new DPS where the mob is gonna pop, right? So as soon as we just slow these ceramics by just a small amount, the sniper should be able to take care of them. And yes, exactly, that was perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're rolling. So we still haven't used the sharpening stone onto the sniper, but I do want to do some small things before doing it. So first off, I want to get a discount village, and I actually want to get a second sniper. So let's have the second sniper like a little bit above the alchemist, so that this one is still the prioritized one. With the bruise, so let's go like this, and look at this thing. So the bouncing bullet is 2,500. That's amazing, exactly what we wanted to have happen. And this alchemist needs to go to 420 so that we can sustain the buff onto both of these guys. And I think that now we're balling, and we can just straight up go for the supply drop, right? As soon as we buy at least these. Oh, wait a minute, are we fine? I see ceramic up top. Oh, we barely wow, we barely defended that. Okay, never mind. We probably need to sharpen these guys or something like that. Let me just start with the alchemist first, because this is the most important one. So I'm gonna get the 420 alchemist, gonna go for the jungle jumps as soon as possible, and now we should have a lot easier time dealing with these ceramics. So I guess the best gauge of how good these snipers are with an alchemist is gonna be around 49, right? Because it's gonna be a huge mess on that one. Yes, so 49, here it comes. I, almost sleepwalking during these rounds, although you can kind of see that one sniper is not enough. Usually it will be, on a longer map or a map with less tracks, but 3 tracks is actually a lot. And let's see how we do versus these guys. Yeah, the ceramics might be a little bit of an issue. We're gonna need to help these guys out a little bit. Do we want to buff both of them? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's just give the pickle to both of them. And now let's see if we can defeat 49. I think we will. I think it's actually, I don't want to say it's not going to be close, but it's going to be a lot. It's going to be noticeably better than last time, I have a feeling. And I'm saying that, and I'm just watching the top track, because the top track seems to be the closest one. I see a ceramic down bottom, and it's still leaking. Well, we got our answer on whether or not we can beat 49, and the answer is no. So I'm actually going to give the Jerry's Fire to this dart over here. I just want to, kind of help them deal with at least one, or in this case, it's going to be 2 of the tracks, actually, because the fire is going to attack. Wait a minute, it attacks on the top track as well? Okay, I mean, I'm going to take that. I didn't expect that, but I'm absolutely going to take that. And let's see if this is going to make any difference. I really think it will, because as soon as we deal with the ceramics, yeah, there we go. So it's going to be rainbow, so we're not exactly worried about rainbows. And honestly, this Cherry's Fire is also going to do nice damage versus the mobs, which we are absolutely missing. So I'm going to buy the supply drop. We are rushing the elite sniper as fast as possible. I don't want to be spending any money on anything else. And let's see how we do versus these ceramics now on round 50. Yeah, I have a feeling that, yeah, this is so much better. It's actually crazy. Yeah, there we go. So we just needed a little bit of help from Geraldo, and that's about it. So the way that you want to do this strategy correctly, actually, is by having a 420 sniper. You need another one, and that 420 sniper is going to stun the mob class balloons, and it's going to give time basically for your snipers to deal with everything. And I'm trying to avoid that, actually. I'm trying to be cheesy. So let's see how we're doing on this one. The top track is, oh my god, this is ridiculously close. Wait a minute, the mob at the bottom didn't pop? Okay, so we're not dealing with mobs. That's obvious. So we need a lot of mob class damage, and we're just not getting it. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna just give both of the Jerry's Fires to the sub and the dart, and I think this is gonna make things a little bit easier. These guys also last like 10 rounds, so I think it's gonna be fine. And let's watch the mob at the top now. I mean, this is still, listen, it's doing a lot better, but it's still kind of close, or is that just the map? I think it's a little bit closer than I would like it to be. It's round 58. This is a round with a bunch of mobs and ceramics, and if we survive this one, which we are actually because of the Jerry's Fires, we are gonna have the elite sniper right now, which is, it's just amazing. It's a really early time to get this thing. Let me just switch it to first. And there we go. So now I feel so much safer actually about what is about to come. And the next tower that we're going for is, well, I don't think I mentioned it, but because these guys are absolutely struggling versus mob class balloons, we just need a solution for the mob class balloons. So that's going to be about it. So what's the best solution that you guys can think of for mob class balloons? Well, the one that I can think of is this thing. It's the carpet spikes. So I think I want to have the carpet spikes like this, by the way, or maybe even at the top track. I don't know. Let's just start it as a 220. We're going to upgrade it to 230. And then eventually when we get this thing, this is going to solve our mob class damage problems, and then the snipers are going to wipe the small balloons, and that's the plan. We're going to see how it works out. And let's just not go ahead of ourselves. So first off, Mob Shredder, a very important upgrade. We're going to go into the Spike Storm. I really want to get the Spike Storm because that's going to give us a button to play with, and I really like, just having options. That's about it. And after this one, let's see how we do versus 64. I have a feeling that 64 is not going to go well because we still don't have any mob class balloon damage. Yeah, just as expected, 64 is just gonna walk out, isn't it? I mean, we dealt with like 2-3 of these mobs in total, but look at the top and the bottom. Yeah, this is not going well. So we have all 3 of Jerry's fires ready, so I'm just gonna do the same thing that we did. I'm gonna give the Jerry's fire to both of these arts, and I'm actually gonna give one to Geraldo because he can see the top and the melee track. So let's see if this is gonna be enough. I mean, the problems are the 45 mobs, but I guess the good thing is that we don't see that many 45 mobs. Well, how are we doing? I don't know. I'm just paying attention to the top. The top ones are, and the middle one actually. Oh, wait a minute. So the top popped, the middle popped, and this one is, yeah, this one is not popping. Let me just maelstrom it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think that the maelstrom is the best choice that we had. That's a lot of money that we spent on this round, but I guess the Jerry's fires are gonna remain for the next few rounds. So I think overall it's kind of fine, I guess. And you know, usually between, you know, rounds like 65 and 75, I usually peace out because there's nothing happening in those rounds. And whatever you have plays before them, it just wins. Like there's nothing happening in those rounds in particular. Unless, you know, you're playing a strategy like this or a round like this. And today, that does not seem to hold true and we have to work for it. So, yeah, this top moab is just not popping. And as you guys can see, I'm just going to place a glue. I really hope it pops like right now. And that is extremely close. I mean, that was probably like my 5th attempt at this round, and I just knew where to place it, but that is just ridiculously close. And you guys know what's up, mid-70s as usual. So we have a bunch of ceramics and a BFB coming out, and it seems like we're barely defending these guys, so I should probably use the Spike Storm ability, honestly. Let's just clean out the BFB as well, and I guess use it a little bit earlier, before this round ends, so we get the cooldown back for 75, and that did not work. I think we're still gonna have it, so 75 shouldn't be as difficult this time, I don't think. Although I'm looking at these 45 mobs, which are just a menace in this entire run for us, and they're gonna be a problem again, aren't they? What if I just get like a genie? Is that gonna be too much? It's $2,000, but the amount of money, I guess the amount of effort that this is gonna save us is worth it, in my opinion. So let's just buy the genie, and you know what? I don't even care. Just let's deal with these 45 mobs. I hate 45 mobs. And you know what's gonna be happening? Like, for example, around 83, that one is gonna have a bunch of ceramics, just like we had in 74, plus like 100 mobs coming out. So I don't know, but I feel like that might be about the time in which we're gonna get the carpet, right? So we should be, I don't know, guys. I mean, these mob class balloons, I really just looking forward to getting the carpet spikes. It's really gonna be a menace dealing with this round. So here's what I want to do for, actually there are a lot of BFBs and small mobs on this round. So I guess because we're not gonna need the ability for 78, do I use it right now, or what's up? Because we have some small mobs incoming as well. I'm gonna use it right now, actually, just pop them. And the small balloons are not an issue for our snipers, it's just the big ones. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's finally get the sharpening stone onto both of our snipers, and I'm gonna give them the jar of pickles, actually, so they do a little bit more damage. And let's see how we do. I mean, we can probably deal with this round, right, without buying something like the genie. And I also wanted to buy these buffs because they're gonna transfer over the next few rounds, so this is not like a waste of buffs or anything like that. But we do need to, do I want to time the ability? I don't think I will. I'm actually going to use it as soon as possible. Maybe we can get to use this out of it. And honestly, even if we don't, we're just going to have the cooldown back for 82 a little bit earlier. So how are we doing this time? This is a lot better than last time, but there seems to be an issue on the top track. So maybe we can patch that up with, okay, we actually lost at the bottom. Maybe we use the ability. When do we want to use it? I mean, do we want to let the snipers do the work, or what's the catch? So the bottom track popped. Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Let me use the ability now. And I really hope that they didn't pop together. That's really good. They're popping one by one. Oh, wait a minute. We might... Yes, we have this. Yes, that's very good. Okay, so we didn't spend a lot of money, and the amount of money that we spent was just on stuff that we're going to be using throughout. So that's very good. You know what? I'm just going to genie it up, honestly. I'm just going to buy the genie, and let's just defend this round. Like, because I was probably going to buy it for 83 as well. So let's just buy the genie. It's $2,000, but we're going to get a lot of money back. So I guess we can also use the ability for these 45 ones, and I do want to use it a little bit. If I'm using it, I want to use it a little bit earlier so we get the cooldown back. And how is it looking? So we're gonna deal with this round. That's very good. Okay, that's very good. And now it's just a bunch of small balloons, and yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. We're gonna have some huge issues with round 83, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, this run is just, it's really making us work for it. So I'm going to glue the entrances on all sides. And how are we doing with the buffs? So everyone is buffed up, right? So this is there anything else that we can do? Maybe probably like, I don't know, like maybe like a Jerry's Fire or something like that. But sure, you know what? Let's just give Geraldo like a Jerry's Fire. And this should be, I don't want to jinx it, but please tell me this is going to be enough, because I don't want to be spending any more money. We're super close to this thing. It's like 36,000. We have 36, it's 43. So theoretically, you know, the next two rounds we should have this. I have the Spike Storm. I'm going to use it, by the way, just so I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I deleted all the mods, but that's a lot of ceramics. Are we dealing with them? I'm watching the bottom. It's super close. Some leftover spikes. They're kind of saving us, honestly, the leftovers. No more leftover spikes. And this is just... No, this is insanely close. I'm watching the bottom. Oh my god, what is even happening? I can't even pay attention because these balloons are going at left and right. And I don't know, guys. This is a huge mess. What is even happening? We're defending? I think we are. Finally. Okay, it's round 84. 40,000 and we need 43. So, I guess... Okay, so I placed both of these creepy idols here, and I'm just gonna place the genie, guys. I don't know what else to do, honestly. If I jar of pickles this, is that gonna do more damage? This is the question that I've had for this entire run. I don't know. My solution, by the way, to this is to just Maelstrom, honestly. I don't think that... Maybe we could do something else. Maybe it's something I'm not seeing, but I just want to Maelstrom it and, you know, hope for the best. So let's Maelstrom both of them. And as soon as the Maelstroms are out, I'm just going to use the Spike Storm and hope we deal with the small ones. Because as soon as we deal with the small mobs, that's when we're only going to have BFBs left over. And I feel like we can deal with the individual BFBs. Okay, so this is the best run that I've currently had. And the money is super close. 42, we just need $1,000. This is even less than $1,000. This is insane. 42.89. Do we have this? Yes, finally. Yes, finally. We have the carpet. Yes, that's amazing. Okay, so now this thing is going to do all the wood versus mob class balloons, and I'm not even worried about 40 fights anymore. Oh my god, that's such a relief buying this tower. You guys have no idea. Okay, so let me just, you know what, I'm probably even going to buff it. I'm just going to give it like a 300 Alchemist, because the main attack is a little bit stronger as well. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I don't want to say this run is over, but yeah, this run now just took a huge turn for the bear right now. So let me just use the ability again. We're probably not even going to need to use the ability at this point, and I think you guys can feel the relief in my voice as well. Oh my god, that was excruciating. Okay, so you guys know how I said that we usually in this setup you want to have like a 4-2-0 sniper, right? Well, I'm thinking if I want to buy it, I'm probably not gonna buy it, but I do want to buy a Relentless Glue, which is gonna be here on the left side, and I'm gonna give it an invisibility potion. It's gonna give it a little bit of extra range, but I guess I'm having it on the left side because the top and the bottom track are coming out from the left, so I feel like this is the spot in which is gonna do most amount of work. And after this thing, I don't know, we're gonna have a lot of money left over. We can probably buy like one more sniper, and I should probably check the sharpening stone, which has expired. Okay, that's good. So let's give the sharpening stone to all of our guys. Let's just upgrade this thing to the 032 as well. Give it the sharpening stone, and I think that we are completely set for the next round. So let me just buff it up with the sharpening stone. And that's about it. And look at this thing. Look at the carpet spikes just go. This thing got nerfed, by the way, but how much of a nerf? I mean, it's been getting nerfed for the past few updates, honestly, because the first time that they gave it this huge, it was like over double the amount of damage that they gave it. It went from like, I think it went from like 4 to 9 damage that it does to mob class balloons, and they kind of started toning it down. I think it's like 7 now, so it's been toned down for sure, but it's still really good. So yeah, you guys can see that in this specific run, right? Maybe we can make life a little bit easier for ourselves. So I just took a look at Geraldo's level, and you guys can see it above. Let me actually turn off the shop. So he's level 19, and at level 20 his entire shop restocks. So what I was thinking was, I think he's gonna get level 20 in the next round, by the way, as soon as this one ends. So I'm just gonna buy this genie. And we probably don't need 2 of them actually, but I'm just gonna have this one, and because it's gonna restock when he hits level 20, I'm just you know, we just don't mind having this. So let's just see if it's gonna be now. Yeah, it's now, so there we go, we get both of them back. So we're basically having a free genie. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to do this. And this is gonna be round 95, and if you guys are not seeing the deities, that's because as soon as they come out, they're just evaporating onto these spikes. And this is gonna be round 96. We do have a lot of stuff that we can use. For example, maybe we can genie this one up like 96 and 97. Then we're gonna have a genie for 98 as well if we need to. I don't know if we want to do that. Wait a minute, how is everything looking? So that was the passive ability. Are we gonna have an active one? No, the active one is, oh, look at that. So the active one is on cooldown, so we might have a little bit of an issue in this one. Yeah, so let's save the genies for the later rounds. Maybe we can do something like, for example, maybe we could pickle these guys, because the pickle now does give them a little bit of extra damage versus 45 balloons. And also, you know, what's the thing that we usually buy for runs like this? I mean, we buy a Sabo, so I might as well buy like a Sabo. Let's just have a Sabo Ninja up top. We could probably, you know what, let's rejuve and let's use the spike passive and the Sabo for this round. And I don't think, I'm just doing this because I don't think that 97 is going to be an issue, because 97 has just like 2 of these ZOMGs, and we do have a lot of Mark Plus damage. As soon as we dealt with the, as soon as we dealt with the 45s, come on guys, this is not even close. And we have a lot of money left over so that we can place, you know, the genies, which are at this point probably the strongest thing that we have in our arsenal. But yeah, this is going to be around 96, and 97 should not even be an issue. I'm probably just even going to use like the active ability once. Let's just use it as soon as possible, by the way. And maybe I should not have, oh, maybe I should not have done that, or was that a bit too much? Nah, it's fine. We have the rejuve potion, it's fine. So we have $15,000, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place, do we want to place both of them? Let's actually just go with one. Just not mess it up. We might need it for the bat, so let's just place one of these guys. Let's use the Sabo, and then we do have one rejuve, which do we chill with the rejuve? I don't know. Let's just see how this round is going. So I'm going to use the active ability now, and we should have a passive ability right about now. And I think that we're just dealing with everything, right? I mean, this genie is doing a lot of work, and watching the top is kind of close. How is it going? The bottom? Oh no. Oh, it's actually fine. Okay, so I think that was almost all the 45 ones. Yeah, a little bit of them left over. And yes, there we go. That's amazing. That's perfect. Okay, so around 99, this is where we can place the other genie. And then it's just going to be around 100, but we're going to have genies, plus we're going to have, you know, the Spike Storm abilities, so it should be absolutely fine. So here comes the bat, and that is going to be the Candy. Well, this is like Candy Falls, but something is off. This is like the like the advanced version of Candy Falls. And by the way, the rejuve, and let's just use the other Spike Storm as well, and let's just use the Sabo because why not? And there we go. That is a victory on this map, and that was a really amazing run actually, with the caveat that you know, these guys really do suck versus Mark Class Balloons, and they do need a lot of extra help. But once we got the Carpet Spikes running, this run turned into just a breeze. But that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. This is a 5-track map, and even though it doesn't look like it's anything spectacular, it's only 5 tracks and 5 horizontal lines that go from left to right, so it couldn't be that difficult, right? Well, I booted up Chimps mode just to show you guys that I'm fairly certain that this is not even possible in Chimps mode. So let's just place 3 darts, which is I guess this is the only way that you can do it, and there's always going to be a lane that's going to be uncovered. I feel like maybe if we can do something like, maybe we do it like this, so this one covers 2, this one covers 2, then this one covers, I don't know, 2, but then this one, the 4th track is covered by 2 Dark Monkeys. Yeah, there's always going to be something that leaks, so let's try beat this thing, but let's tone the difficulty into impossible. Okay, now we're talking. Well, at least we have the road spikes on the side, which I feel like is going to be a little bit, it's going to make things a little bit easier for us, I think. So we have the 3 Dark Monkeys, so how do we want to start this? Well, we have to start covering the lanes, and Global Towers are, I think that they're going to be just the way to go for this one, even though I'm not exactly sure what the plan is, because I don't necessarily have a plan. But I did bring... Yeah, so yeah, the 5th track is gonna be unprotected, but I feel like that's completely fine because we do have the road spikes, and this is something that Chimps mode doesn't have. So let me just watch out. That's gonna be completely fine, and because we get 5 tracks, and because we get 5 tracks, it's actually really important in that we get 5 sets of road spikes. So 1 set of road spikes is gonna do a lot of heavy lifting, and then if we need to, we have Geraldo spikes, but that's gonna be for some other day, hopefully. Okay, so we do get the money for the sub, and I feel like I want to have the sub towards the more towards the right side of this water space, because eventually I want to go for the bottom path, and you kind of need an angle for the airburst darts, right, so that you can get the most out of your DPS. I think there's only one single map in BTD6 that has 5 track, and it's Bloody Puddles, right? I don't think there's another one. Am I wrong about that one? I feel like that's the only one, and it's a super difficult one with a bunch of obstacles. So this one, I don't think it should, and I don't think it's gonna be in that category. I think it's gonna be a lot easier, and just because of the fact that we're playing on a popular mode. Oh, top lane is kind of leaking. Oh my god, let's just do that. I think that I caught leaks on the 5th track. Yeah, there we go. And let's see how we do on 21. So 21 is one of those rounds with a bunch of yellows. I'm just playing everything on slow because I'm so scared about what's about to happen. We need some good airburst snipes. So for example, if a balloon pops like this, then we need the airburst to basically go into, let's say, towards the top direction, right? So that we can, oh no, I mean, let's just try with, I guess, a pickle buff. Is the pickle gonna be good enough? So here's the problem. It seems like the top path is leaking mostly. Like the bottom ones are getting taken care of, but the top one is leaking for some reason. And that was all it took. I just gave you pickles. Is that it? I mean, I'm still kind of scared. So I'm gonna place spikes preemptively just on all track, just so we kind of have a little bit of time to react. And now this makes me feel a lot better. And honestly, I'm gonna let you leak. You're like Camel Balloon. I mean, surprisingly, we're starting to kind of... I don't want to say that we're starting to stabilize because we're not, and things like this are happening constantly. So, oh my god, that was a good snipe. That was a great snipe, actually. So yeah, I don't want to say that we've stabilized because we absolutely haven't, but we can afford to buy a farm. So I'm going to buy one farm, and I'm just watching the top side. How's it looking? This is so close. This is so nerve-wracking. Are we going to have the entire game played on normal speed? I hope not. Actually, I changed my mind. I upgraded to the farm to the increased production, and then I said, no, that's a bad idea. And so what I want to do is I actually want to save up money for the triple guns. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just try and plug these holes wherever the sub seems to be leaking, which seems to be, again, the top pad. So we have to do something about that one eventually. But I do want to have the money for the triple guns as soon as possible. So let's see how we're looking. Oh, that one is gonna... Let me just place another... That was so good. You guys see that? All the spikes disappeared. That was a very good one. So, are we gonna have any more zebras up top? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, there we go. So this is the exact reason why I wanted to do not upgrade to the increased production, because now we have the triple guns, and now this thing does a lot more damage. And basically this round 35, it has rainbows, which I'm very concerned about how we're gonna deal with. So let's just watch. And there's a red balloon. Yes, they sniped it. And let's see how we do versus these super fast pink balloons. I think that we're gonna do actually kind of fine, honestly. Let's just watch this sub go to town. Oh my god, the top... Is that fine? Yes, it is. Yes, there we go. And look at this thing. Honestly, okay, so we're leaking the top hat, but this actually looks really cool. The way that all these 5 tracks are going, it actually looks really cool. Okay, but now all jokes aside, we need to find a way to deal with this thing. And here's what I was thinking. I saw that Geraldo actually got the levels so that we can unlock the Jerry's Fire. So I thought that maybe we can give the Jerry's Fire to this one over here, because the top seems to be constantly leaking. Is the weakest. These two, the first 2 lanes, are the weakest ones. So I think that if we get this thing, actually, it might be able to attack on the... Yeah, it actually attacks the third one as well. So I feel like this might be a good choice, and at the same time, maybe we can get away with something like, maybe like a 2-0-0 farm. Oh, I can see some darts flying in to catch it. Oh my god, did you guys see that? It was out on my screen, I don't know what happened. Wow, that was a great snipe by the sub. We need 3.4k. Actually, if I upgrade this thing to the marketplace, are we gonna have enough money for a Maelstrom? Yes, we are, 780, that's very good. Okay, so let's just get ready for the Maelstrom, and let's just get ready for the Moab. And as long as we pop it, I'm going to have the Maelstrom at the back. And yes, there we go. That's very good. That's very nice. Okay, so let's continue with Operation, trying to be as greedy as possible, but in a very controlled way. So the Jerry's Fire has 5 stacks on this one, 5 rounds actually remaining. And I feel like the Jerry's Fire might be the way to go until we get the money to basically buy our mid-game towers, which I feel like are going to be snipers and subs. And then honestly, I don't know what to do after that. I mean, probably something like a Millipede Spike Factory, but I'm not going to be holding back on this one, I gotta be honest. I'm really scared about what's about to happen on this run. So let's just chill. Pickles have 1 more round left in the Sharpening Stone expired. So after this one is done, I'm going to give both buffs to the sub, and then we need to see what's going to happen on 43 because it has ceramics. So boom, boom. We do have the Jerry's Fire up top, and let's just see what's happening. You know, the top path seems to be leaking. Now the middle one, yeah, this thing is not doing well. Okay, so let's do it like this. We saw leaks on the second track, so maybe I can give the Jerry's Fire to this one, upgrade it to the range and the basically give it count protection. I think that's a nice one. And then let's not forget to Pickle and Sharpening Stone the sub. And honestly, I don't want to spend any more money on this. I would, if we get the Berserker boot, we're gonna beat this round 100%. But I do want to buy the marketplace, so let's just put some money into the marketplace and then just be ready for, I don't know, for some road spike action. I feel like. So top track is gone, and then the middle one is, oh yeah, this Jerry's Fire is making a lot of difference. So I see that, and the top, yeah, these top tracks are still leaking for some reason. Okay, but here's a very clever thing that I forgot to do, and that is to just buy a base sniper, which I'm gonna have like this. It's gonna be in the range of the Alchemist because I guess we're gonna be upgrading it anyway, so that's gonna be fine. But just the base sniper is a very good idea because we are playing with Monkey Knowledge, and there's this Monkey Knowledge point which allows snipers to briefly stun these ceramic balloons. Yeah, so look at this thing, look at this Monkey Knowledge. It briefly stops it, and then it just, yes, that's amazing. Alright, so it's round 49, and here's the plan. I'm going to actually get a Maelstrom, and I'm going to trigger the Maelstrom like right here towards the start so that we can get some damage going on to these ceramics, because I don't feel like we're defending this. I mean, I only had the money for a let me just use this thing right now. Let's just see if the plan is going to work. Let's upgrade this thing. And no, this is not working. So maybe I get another one. I think I missed the track. No, please. Yes. Yes, there we go. That was like the weirdest and the weakest Maelstrom, but it did its job. And that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of cover all 5 tracks because these guys are just not enough. This is the point in the game in which we just start needing a lot more damage that we currently have. A lot more damage sources, not just damage. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Is it a good idea if we get Cherry's pet rabbit, if we get the bunny paragon? I feel like it is, because that thing jumps all over the place, right? So it might not be... Yeah, let's do that. Let's actually get this thing. I feel like we might... If we don't get it, I feel like we might be missing a lot of cheap DPS, right? Okay, so 58, and let's get the bunny paragon. Boom, there it is. This thing's super strong. Okay, so how are we popping camelettes? That is my question. Is the buff from the alchemist gonna be enough so that we... Oh my god, they pop so nicely. It's like that... What was that Bloons game called? I think it's called Bloons Super Monkey 2, I think it was called. The Bloons kind of... I don't know, for some reason it reminded me of of that game in particular. But yeah, we have round 63 incoming in a second, and unless this bunny paragon, let's just see how good the bunny is, because I am banking on this thing doing a lot of damage. And so I don't know, I feel like, what was the problem with this thing? I made a video on this, but I feel like the video was a while back, and I feel like I've kind of forgotten what the issue was. It might have been Pierce, honestly. So we took care of 61. It seems like it was kind of close. Just watching these blues make it to 50% of the track, like just like that, it makes me a little bit anxious. Let me get the central market. I know what I just said, and I know what I just did. I know, guys, trust me, but I feel like I have a feeling that we're gonna be fine. Okay, I have my full trust into these guys, so here's what we want to do. Let's just see what happens if we don't do anything, and then we're gonna, yeah. I mean, it's not even looking that bad, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so here's the plan. You guys remember how we maelstrommed a bunch of rounds previously? So I want to do the same thing again. So as soon as these guys appear, let's see how much of a difference a single maelstrom is gonna make. Yes, there we go. That's very good. Okay, let's not forget to buff up these guys. So let me give all of the buffs to the sniper and the sub, and we're gonna maelstrom again. This is gonna be wave number 2. I really hope that this works out. Oh my god, was that a late one? That was a super late one, but oh, it seems to have gotten it actually. That's fine. And now we are missing Jerry's Fire, so I'm going to Jerry's Fire. You know what? I'm going all in. Let's just Jerry's Fire all these darts. And honestly, I'm just going to drop glue on the first and on the second track because we're usually leaking on those. And you know what? I'm just praying at this point. Oh my god, that was so good. Yes, thank you, Geraldo. This is just the Geraldo show, guys. This is just Geraldo saving the entire game. That was round 63, by the way, that he defeated by... well, it wasn't by himself, but a lot of the things that he did just contributed to that thing. So I'm super happy I got Geraldo as a hero. That's just amazing. Oh no, is this gonna be a problem? Look at those mobs. It's like you're getting attacked. Well, we are in a way getting attacked, but we're not dealing with these guys. It's round 71, so let's do something about this. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to get the central market, and I think I'm just gonna be maelstroming these guys, honestly, like we previously did. So let's maelstrom one of them, and let's have the second maelstrom like here in the middle, and I feel like this is gonna be enough, right? Oh, the bottom track, yes, we got it. I really wanted, so I had the money, but I really wanted to get away with buying the second or the third central market, sorry. Okay guys, so 4 out of 4 central markets, and it's time for us to start thinking about just actually buying some defensive towers and getting our stuff together. So I'm gonna place the genie right now because it's round 75 and this is one of those super dangerous rounds. So I'm just gonna get the genie so that we don't have to worry about this thing. It's not even expensive. It's like a 2.4k, you know, in popular mode. That's super cheap for the amount of work that it's gonna do on 75 and 76. And honestly, I might even get the other one for 77 just because it has like a bunch of BFBs on this one. Actually, do we have the money so we can buy the supply drop now? And we're gonna need 17,000. So I don't think that the elite sniper is happening on this round, right? I mean, how much money in the central market is gonna make? Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, let me just buy the other one. That's gonna be fine. Let me just buy the other genie. And this thing should help us. Oh my god, it's so good. Man, this Geraldo. I swear, this is just the Geraldo show. That's what we're watching. We're just watching the hero Geraldo with his million items that he's selling, just carrying this entire game on his back. So as soon as we get this thing, we're gonna have the money now, but I'm gonna wait because as soon as you buy the elite sniper, the cooldown gets reset. So I'm gonna use this ability first. We're gonna collect the money, and then we're gonna upgrade to the elite sniper, get it on first. And yes, that's super good. Okay, so now I feel a little bit better. Okay, I know that you guys are judging me, but I have to do this. I have to buy one more central market. But I swear, this is gonna be the last one. I'm not buying any more. So we're stopping at 5, and now let's just see how we do versus this UMG. So I feel like we can deal with the leftovers pretty easily just because we have the elite sniper. But you know what? I'm just gonna have a maelstrom in my hand like this, and I'm gonna follow this UMG. So as soon as this thing pops, let me just watch. Are we gonna... Yes, I feel like the bunny actually kind of came in clutch a little bit on some of those balloons. Okay, so now it's free play, and now it's when things are actually starting to get a little bit more serious. And let me use this thing, and I feel like, yeah, what are we doing now for these next 3 rounds? I wanted to get the sub commander, and I still stand by that. Oh my god. So okay, so you guys see the problem. Yeah, this is Yeah, this is gonna be something, isn't it? Yes, no more messing around, guys. Let's get the sub commander. Let's start the sub spam going. Yes, we need to just get going onto these defensive towers. So, what are we doing first? I mean, we can go for both of them, honestly. So let's just get. I feel like getting a permanent would probably be the better choice, but that's super expensive on Impopple. So I'm just gonna buy a bunch of alchemists. It's gonna be a bunch of 401 alchemists. So let me start spamming a couple of subs. When are we stopping? I honestly have no idea. I mean, they're probably gonna be like 203s. Is that even? I think that there was like some test being done a while back that showcased that for the money, getting the triple guns. Obviously, the armor piercing darts do a lot better, but if you have the sub commander, these guys, the triple guns are actually a little bit more efficient. But I'm not sure if that thing is still true. And honestly, it doesn't even matter because these balloons are making it way too far and it's only 83. Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Okay, so 5 subs is what I have. Well, we actually have the sub commander and 4 other smaller ones, and I think that that's pretty much the max that we can fit in the range of this village. So here's what we're doing next. Let me just get a couple of snipers now, because these snipers, so these guys actually work kind of similarly. The sub commander actually doesn't give them, it gives them pierce and damage, and the elite sniper gives the other snipers attack speed. So yeah, they're kind of buff their smaller brothers in a way. So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a bunch of bouncing bullet snipers, and also we need to save a little bit space for some alchemists. And I see that I think that this one is gonna go like this, and we need to make sure that everything's in the range of the village, by the way. So let's do it like this. Go for another 401. So how many towers do we have? I mean, we're gonna need like 4 alchemists for sure, right? So let me just buy the alchemists now, but we need to stop at a certain point. So let me get this guy like this. Is gonna be, it's just gonna be 401 alchemists, and then let me buy. When are we stopping? I think I'm just gonna get one more, honestly, bouncing bullet sniper, and that's about it. No, actually, let's get one more. This is gonna be, let's just have the equal amounts. It's gonna be 1 sub commander and then 4 small ones, and it's gonna be 1 elite sniper and 4 small ones as well. So 89. We need to get this thing to the MIB. We need to get the village to the MIB because these subs cannot pop DDTs. And I feel like the DDTs are probably going to be the most dangerous ones. So our defense is, I don't know, it's kind of looking nice. I'm going to be honest. I'm fairly confident. Although, see, the problem that these guys have is they're all set on first, and I can probably do something about that. But I'm actually kind of scared at the same time because I don't want to pop everything too fast. Let's just see how we do versus DDTs first for a second. Let's just watch this one. Yeah, that's not looking good. Yeah, the first DDT made it all the way up to here, so we need to stun or slow these guys to do something to them. So let's get a bunch of these guys. Let's get a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but like, let's say we have 2 420 snipers, and one of them is gonna be on, like, actually, you know what, one of them is gonna be on strong, one of them is gonna be on first, and then the other one, I want to have another one in the middle, and this one is going to be on close. And so the idea is that they're all going to be targeting a different balloon, right? Well, sometimes it might happen that they're targeting the same one, but I just want to have these guys for DDTs. And then for 95, we also want to have, let me just sell this, by the way. I also want to have the Saba going for 95. So let's just see how these guys are going to do. So a bunch more DDTs now. Let's just watch. We're missing a lot of DPS, by the way, but we have $100,000. And so what are we buying for all of this cash? What's the tower that we're going to win with? Let's actually get the carpet spikes. Let's do it like this. I want to have it in the middle. And am I getting an alchemist for it? I mean, the attack is kind of nice, honestly. So let me just, you know what? I'm just going to get a 420 alchemist for it. So let's do that. Let's see how we do versus these guys. I feel like our setup is super strong. So let me get the call to arms. And if we need to, we can use the ability. I feel like that might be necessary on around like 98. But let's just watch this one. So I'm really concerned about this one. I feel like just because we have the carpet spikes plus the stuns, it's gonna be fine. And oh my god, this carpet spikes is way too good. Oh my god, nothing's even getting through the first layer. That's, I mean, look at how cool it looks though. But yeah, these guys are defending everything. So even though we have everything on first, it seems like it doesn't really matter, because if you just have a lot of damage, then everything is just gonna get popped. So let me do this. Let me use the ability, and a couple of rounds left. Only a couple of rounds left, and I feel like we have this, honestly. So 98 and 99 are obviously going to be rounds to watch out for, but we do have a bunch of very nice defenses. I wish, oh, you know what? I wish I had this thing in the top track so that we have this thing attacking for around 100. But that's gonna be fine. And here comes round 98. So what are we doing for this one? Honestly, I'm gonna sabo this one, and I think that's gonna be fine. Honestly, let's just sabo. Do we want to dump everything? I think we should. Let's just dump everything. Let's just use the call to arms. Do we have the money for the homeland? No, we don't. How do we make money for the homeland? Maybe I activate Geraldo's thingy, and then I buy the homeland, and then we can refresh with the Regia potion. Actually, that's very good. So let's just watch what's happening on 98. So even though we have a lot of damage, this round is, you can see why 98 is a little bit of a different round, right? And that was about it. So let's Regen Potion on 98. Let's use the Sabo as soon as these guys come out, the 45 DDTs. And you know what? Let me just use the Elite Sniper 1 because we do have it. And that's going to be probably about it. So let's use the Spike Storm. Oh, actually, I should have done this. I should have used the Home Lab before. But I just watched these subs go to town. I forgot to buff them, by the way. I forgot to give them the Sharpening Stone, but that's going to be completely fine because, yes, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's the 5-track map, which honestly, as long as you have farming, it's really not that bad. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one. You know, as BTD6 players, we have the freedom of placing towers wherever we want, and this allows us to optimize their placement and use them to their full potential, like for example optimizing the angles at which they're attacking, or maybe we're gonna be placing them on an intersection or something like that. But this map is a little bit different because all of these spots that you see, like for example this spot over here, is blocked, and you cannot have towers anywhere except these 6 barrels. So we have a limited amount of towers. It's only 6, and also I brought Soda because I wanted to see if we can have Soda like this, because this map seems to be a little bit anti-Soda, I think. So let me just try and have her like this and see if this is that's good placement. Is she gonna reach this? I would rate this map as an advanced map, by the way, because not only that, let me just watch these greens, by the way, for a second. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's good. I would rate this as an advanced map because look at how these balloons are going out. So they're coming out from the left side, but they're walking out from the top, and then these ones from the bottom are going like this. And so this spot at the back basically is going to be a contested spot. It's going to be a very important spot because if anything leaks, there's going to be very little time to react on this thing. And I think that this is just like a genuine advanced map which we're currently seeing here. So I love this map a lot. I think this is a different concept, so I really wanted to play this thing. I saw this on Reddit, by the way, and I'm going to have the code on screen if you guys want to check this map out. And yeah, this house here also blocks placement. So for example, we cannot have a sniper like this. It's actually not even a house, right? It's more like it's way too small to be a house. Like one of those portable toilets or something like that. I don't know. Okay, let me get, I think we want to get something like, what's a cheap tower that we want to buy? Like maybe like a dart monkey. And look at this, so Soda leaked, and so this dart monkey, it's on first. Do we need to change the targeting for this thing? Yeah, it's gonna snipe this thing. So one of the towers that I want to be getting 100% is a wizard. I wanted to check out the Prince of Darkness. We haven't used that one in a long time, so I said why not just let's, oh wait a minute, this is fine. Wait a minute, there we go. Okay, so I bought the wizard last second, and I think that was actually a good idea because I think we were gonna need a little bit of extra damage. So that's very important because now that we know that the yellows and probably the pinks are gonna be an issue, at least until Soda gets level 4, so she does 2 damage. Let's see if we need to do something about this round. So we're gonna have pink. Soda she's almost level 4, so after this round we're gonna get level 4, and then let's just watch the yellows and the pinks I'm more concerned about, and what's just actually, I think we need to use the ability on the okay, I thought that she was going to land on the right side, by the way, but she landed on the left one, and no, she's leaking pinks. Okay, so we do have a lot of money, and I was kind of hesitant of buying the Wall of Fire because this thing does not have 100% uptime, so you can't exactly 100% rely on it, but I'm going to get it, and hopefully it's going to get some of the pink balloons, or maybe even just do enough damage so they're brought down to, like, yellows. And I think that's all. I just watched this one. Oh, no. Use the ability. Snipe that one. And yeah, this is exactly the reason why I didn't want to buy it right now, but yeah, it's still worked out. Wait, look at this placement actually. Is the Elk going to be able to buff both of these spots? I think it's going to be able, right? And if it is able to buff both of the spots, then I just have to give, you know, hands off to the creator of this map, because this was very well planned. I mean, that's probably not true for the village over here though. No, look at this. So we're gonna have some lead balloons, and the thing is Soda doesn't pop lead, so maybe we try the alchemist thingy. Let's see if the alchemist can buff both of these towers. So let's make sure that at least it buffs Soda, because that's more important. So if I do it like this, is it? Yes, there we go. That's very good. Okay, now let's think about the Moab for a second. So if a Moab class balloon is coming out from the left side, if it doesn't get popped by Soda, then all the leftovers are going to go into the Wall of Fire and the crossbow, which are absolutely not enough to deal with it. So Soda needs to do a lot of damage, or we just need to pop the Moab as soon as possible so that the leftovers get popped by Soda. And so we can do that by buying and we can test if the alchemist works. It does. Look at the icon. Okay, so yeah, this was just perfectly planned. I mean, hats off to the person that made this, honestly. So let's do it like this. Let's get a Berserker Brew. Get it as a, I think I'm going to get it as a Is it 320? And honestly, I think I should probably buy the hot spikes, right? Let's just get it. I mean, it's not a necessity, but we're eventually going to have to get it in the future. So let's just do it now and not worry about it. And I think that we're ready for the Moab. So let's just watch round 39. 39 is actually kind of a beefy round, a bunch of rainbows and stuff. So maybe we want to get the intense magic, get some Pierce going. You know what? While I'm here, let me just get the monkey sense as well. It gives a little bit of range. It doesn't help a lot, but I just get it. And let's see how we do versus 39. So this is the rainbow part, but I think that the left side is defending, but the right side is leaking a little bit. Yeah, it's the Alchemist and the Dart are a very weak combo. And now we only have one spot left, which I was thinking we make things a little bit more. Oh, let's just pop them up, and I'm gonna tell you guys in a second. So do it like that. Use Solace ability, and there we go. That's perfect. Okay, so one of the things that we have to get is this thing, a Spike Storm, and this thing needs to happen before the 50s. And I was also thinking of getting a Millipede Druid here into the Spirit of the Forest. Now, that's a tower that you don't exactly see on Chimps mode that often. At least, I personally don't use the Spirit of the Forest on Chimps mode that often. So I thought that this would be a nice, I think that's a nice tower to kind of, you know, switch things up. And at least when it comes to the towers that we usually use on Chimps mode, right? For example, I guess the Copper of Spikes is going to be one of them. But the Prince of Darkness we haven't seen in a long time, and then the Druid should be nice. Especially with serving us well with cleanup, right? So let's just watch this. I'm just more concerned about the, oh my god, I was gonna say I'm concerned about the right side, but Solace seems to be leaking as well. Okay, this mid game needs a little bit of help. So can I afford? Yes, I can. Let me get the Necromancer right now. Let's see if this is gonna make a huge difference. So we also have the ability, so maybe I should go on strong with Solid and just snipe a ceramic or something like that. And let's just watch the right side. And again, actually the left side is leaking a little bit, but this Necromancer seems to have made the difference. Okay, this mid game is going to be an issue, I feel like, until we get to a single tier 5. Like these guys, this is just, the map is just way too short and these guys are not defending. Okay, so let's make our defense a little bit better because we're gonna have some ceramics incoming. So I wanted to get the stronger simulant so that now we can reliably buff both of these guys. It's not that I want this one to be buffed, the Spike Factory, as much as I want a full uptime on the buff on Sada, so that's kind of the most important part. And now let's watch these other ceramics. So this is a little bit similar to 43, but a lot more ceramics, I think. So let's just watch the left side because the right one seems to be getting defeated. Oh, no, that's a yellow. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. The way that we make life a little bit easier for Sada is just by upgrading this thing, right? Because if this thing does more damage, then we're going to have less leftovers on the left side, right? So let's see if the Sharpshooter is going to make any difference. It's not just the crit that it does, but also the main attack attacks a lot faster. And it also does more damage. It does like 6 damage per shot, I think, so that's very nice. But this seems to, oh my god, wait, where did the ceramics go? It seems to have made all the difference in the world. So what's next? Well, I feel like I should probably get the Millipede Druid now because we're gonna need some help with the leftovers, right? Let's just watch this Moab and then see how everything goes. I'm not gonna be using the ability. Last time we used, on the round 40 Moab, we used the Leaping Sword, but I'm not gonna do that because we now have the Necromancer. So I think that these small ones are actually very good in dealing with the leftovers. And okay, now that's a lot of... Let's see how we do on this one. Nope, that's gonna leak. I see, that's exactly how I wanted to get the Druid, because even if we pop the Moab, there's nothing dealing with the ceramics. So maybe we can get something like a 1-3, eventually into a 1-4-0 Druid. And this is just gonna help out with the cleanup. We don't have a lot of Moab class damage, but if we time our ability, our Spike Storm correctly, then we might be able to deal with them. So let me try and get the Jungle's Bounty actually. Let's watch. This is the exact same Moab. But just because we have a Druid, yeah, this is not even going to be close this time. Very good. Not worried about 55 nor 56, but I'm probably worried about 57 and 58. So let's just chill for a second and let's see how we're going to do. I will be saving Sola's abilities as well. So 54, one of those rounds, I think I should probably use an ability now. Is that correct? Nope, that's one of the mobs gone. Let's watch the second one. And yes, there we go. We clean it up. Okay, so now I'm not worried about these Johns, and I'm so happy I got this guy because he's going to help with dealing with the ceramics. Now, this is probably the most important question. What's the ability that I use for the BFB? Because 41 is going to have 60... sorry, not 41, but 61 is going to have a bunch of Moabs. And the answer is nothing, I think, right? Because the Druid is going to pick up, yes, that's the answer. The answer is nothing. Okay, so here's the plan now. I'm going to use the Spike Storm as early as possible so we get the cooldown back. And we also got the level 10 on Sol. That's very nice for 63. Yeah, there we go. This is exactly what I wanted. So we don't have the cooldown exactly on the Spike Storm, but it's kind of almost there. So we just need to kind of hold on versus these guys. Oh yeah, this one's going to be an issue. Do we have to use Sol as level 3? I don't want to use a single ability for this one. I'm going to try without using an ability, and then if it works out, nope, it's not. Okay, so we're gonna have to use Sol as level 3 ability for this 45 Moab, and hopefully it pops a little bit earlier. and I kind of wanted to use it while the Moab is there and not to snipe the ceramics, because we might get the cooldown for 63, right? Okay, so I choked a little bit on the previous run, so let me do it like let's not mess things up this time. So we start with the Spike Storm, we use a Solace level 10 ability in the second wave, and then hopefully we snipe some of the ceramics with the level 3 ability. I'm gonna have Solid and Strong now. I'm gonna use the level 3 when these guys appear, and I want to snipe like a small portion of them, which is because there's no other way to beat this thing. We have no abilities, so we're gonna have to do it like this. So the right side is gone, and then this side needs to... Yes, that was amazing. And actually, you know what? Using the ability a little bit... Oh, let me just Spike Storm this. Using the ability a little bit earlier on 62 made it possible so that we get it back for 63 for the third wave. That was amazing. That was actually a little bit, you know, a little bit thinking ahead, but that was very good. I told you guys, this map is something else. I mean, imagine we were playing another map just in... Let me just use a Spike Storm. Yeah, there we go. Like, imagine that we're playing just a normal map in BTD6. You would, like, we had $26,000. Maybe we had like 20 something thousand dollars on 63, right? So if we needed to do something on 63, we could have just bought it, but not on this map. You're done. Whatever you have bought, it's done. It's set in stone. Okay, so we do have the money for the Prison of Darkness and the Crossbow Master, but I'm having second thoughts. And not second thoughts in terms of whether or not I'm gonna buy this thing. I will. I just don't want to buy it now because we just got the money for the Spirit of the Forest. And I've never done this. I've never bought the Spirit of the Forest as my first, like, main DPS tower that I want to have defending for me. So I'm actually gonna do that. Let's see how this whole thing works out. This is a nice tower in terms of, I guess, these non-free play rounds, as in it's probably going to be able to deal with everything up to around 79 by itself. But the problem is, as soon as these balloons just start getting a lot more HP, this thing does not deal with them, especially these ceramics. Like, something that I don't like about this tower, and the reason why I'm not using it as much, is that it's just not predictable. So for example, if we're around 87 and we have a ceramic balloon appear right here. So for example, we pop the Moab and there's a ceramic right here where my mouse is that ceramic going to pop onto the vines? Okay, so we're entering free play. This is round 82, and these ceramics are making it a little bit first. So let's watch these guys. Yeah, let's watch these mobs. You guys see that? The ceramics they're popping here. Okay, that's actually not, these ones were not exactly representative, but what I'm trying to say is that if they kind of make it past this point, past these strongest vines, the damage really falls off. And so I think I want to get the Carpet Spikes next, and the way that both of these guys... Oh my god, I barely caught that one. You guys see the ceramics at the back? This is exactly what I'm talking about with this tower. You just don't know what's going to be happening, especially when these 45 balloons come out. Yeah, this is just... It's just such an unreliable tower, but you know what? We bought it, and we have the Spike Storm, so we can actually intervene with this thing. So let me use the Spike Storm, try and pop these guys as soon as possible. Yeah, these 45s are not... Do I use the Solid ability? I think I'm just going to keep Solid on first. Let's just watch what happens to these 45s. Look at these ceramics, they're way too strong. So I think that we have to get the Carpet Spikes, and so the way that this defense is going to work is that we're just going to be throwing things on the track, right? You know what, this wasn't planned, but that kind of makes an interesting strategy. You're not exactly directly popping the balloons, you're just laying things onto the track and they're popping by themselves. It's going to be the Carpet Spikes, it's this thing, it's the vines, and it's also the balloons from the Prince of Darkness. And we're about to get the money for it, so let's just chill on this one. No 40 fights, that's very good. The next 40 fights are on 86. And here's what I want to do. Let's just have both of these UMGs, because there's only 2 on this round, so I'm going to let them both come out. I'm going to use the active ability, then I'm going to upgrade so we can get the passive ability as well. So use it now, and then upgrade so we get another ability. And there goes the left one. There go both of them. Very good. Okay, so now I feel a lot more confident versus these 40 fights, because I know that we're not exactly dealing with the small balloons, but at least we're dealing with the big ones, with the Moab class balloons, and maybe the spikes are going to help out a little bit. Let's use the active, by the way, just to deal with these Moabs. Yeah, but this setup is not giving me that much confidence, I'm going to be honest. I mean, look at the track, there are a lot of things happening on it, but just the setup is not giving me that much confidence. I think we need to get the Prince of Darkness as soon as possible. And then maybe if we're lucky, we're going to have the Crossbow Master. But I feel like even if we get just these 3, we should be fine. Left 45, let's just use the active ability. So I think each time I see 45s, I'm just going to be using the active ability just as a precaution. More 45s. This time it's just Moabs, but let's just watch. So I imagine 98 is going to be a problem, right? It's going to be very strong 45 balloons. We're going to have, I think we're going to have the Prince of Darkness for sure by that round. Well, things are gonna get interesting, guys. So let me use the active one. I guess just get rid of these guys. Oh, and we got a passive trigger at the same time. That was awesome. More 40 fights again, but I think they were worried because it's just BFBs. The DDTs are gonna come out, but yeah, we don't have an issue with DDTs, so I'm not exactly worried about them. And the money's kind of going well. We are almost there with the Prince of Darkness, so we should have it. Are we gonna have it by 95? Yeah, probably, right? I mean, this round makes more than 5,000, I think. But this is 94. This is one of those beefy rounds. No 40 fights on this one, but it's a lot of RB. So let me use the passive one. And honestly, I think I'm just going to chill with solid abilities. I think we get more value out of solid attacking. The right side was dealt with, so now it's just the left side. And then it keeps bumping into either the spikes, the vines, or just the balloons getting spawned. There we go. We get the money for the Prince of Darkness. So let's buy it right now. And look at this thing. It's only summons on the track. We're actually beating the balloons on the track and not by having towers attacking. That's very interesting. But yeah, look at this thing. So now the Prince of Darkness is actually spawning these balloons, which are going right into the balloon's face and actually going towards the left side. Okay, now this is an important round. More 40 fights. It's only mobs this time, but this round can be a nice gauge, I think, in how we're going to do versus 98. So as long as we deal with the... actually, is it? Because it's only mobs. I don't know. Let's watch. So I'm just gonna chill with the passive ability because we now got the Prince of Darkness, and the money is at 10,000. So maybe we can get away with the Crossbow Master as well. And this is gonna be a very interesting defense because I don't use probably any of these towers in defending. I used to use the Prince of Darkness a lot when he was meta. I don't think I've used the Crossbow Master in Chimps mode like recently, and also I don't use the Spirit of the Forest. But you know what? This strategy, it might actually work, the laying stuff on the track strategy. Okay, so this is 98, and this is probably the most difficult one out of all of them, so I'm just gonna spam abilities as much as possible so we get some damage going. Maybe that wasn't the best choice, actually. Maybe I should have saved like a solid level 10 ability to clean stuff up, but let's just watch. So maybe we get... I was kind of wanting to use them as soon as possible so that maybe we can get 2 rounds of them and 2 rounds of abilities in the same round. And I'm really concerned about the right side because I can't see what's happening. I'm really hoping the Prince of Darkness is eating them up. Oh my god, this is so hard to pay attention to. I'm really scared actually for this one. So Solid seems to be defending on the left side, but how's the right side looking? We do have one of Solid's abilities. Do I use it? I mean, she is attacking ceramics, so I don't want to get her off. So I think we're doing fine. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I think we defeated these ones. Okay, that's fine. And now it's only these ones left over, so I have a Spike Storm. I'm going to use it. And there we go, that was 99. That was so nerve-wracking. You can't see anything. I was scared that entire time. But that's 99, and we actually did buy the Crossbow Master. We did get enough money. And honestly, I think around 100 is not even going to be an issue. I mean, look at this thing. It's a Carpet Spike. The main attack is a lot stronger. And we also have some abilities. So let me use Solace level 3. And then Spike Storm it up. And that should be it. But that was such a fun map. Oh my god, what a map that was. What a kind of a different concept that was. Let me just check how the pops are going. So Solid is 120. It's about 130,000. This thing is 760. And this thing is at 828. Wait a minute. This was the MVP of the entire run. Let me just check the Prince of Darkness. 240. And then the Crossbow Master at about 65. But that's a very interesting map, which kind of forces you to place towers in specific spots. And also because the number of towers is very limited, you have to think about what you're buying. And you have to think advanced for the early, mid, and late game together. So that's it for this one. I really enjoyed playing this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. How difficult are extreme maps in Bloons TD6? And no, I'm not talking about experts. I'm talking about extreme maps which go a step further in terms of difficulty. They are even harder than expert maps. At least this is how it used to work like in BTD5. So what we have here is a map called Plutonium Lab, which is a remake from BTD5. And let me just show you guys how the balloons go onto this one. So they come out from 3 sides, but I guess the thing about this map is that these sides that don't meet, they never meet. I guess they kind of meet in the middle, but the track never intersects. And then these are basically this is the only area that you have in which you're supposed to be defending the balloons. Although this isn't a perfect recreation because I don't think that this is supposed to be a water space, but I think that this is good enough. Let me just tell you guys about what's the deal with these extreme maps and why there are no extreme maps in BTD6. If you guys might have heard about this, but there's actually an extreme mode icon in the BTD6 game files. And so I'm not sure why we don't have extreme maps in BTD6. I guess just Ninja Kiwi just saw the experts and how things were going with them, and they were like, yeah, okay, let's just stop here. Let's not do anything else. But there is actually an extreme mode icon in the BTD6 game files, which is very interesting. And actually, I think this is one of the games in which we're gonna see the super rare bottom and middle cross pets, which is gonna go like probably barbed darts into twin guns or something like that. Let me just check the price on the NFT. Nah, that's not happening. Maybe I should go for the barbed darts first and then see how we do with the extra pierce, because there's no point in getting the, maybe there's a little bit of point in getting the longer range, but there's no point in getting the intel because, well, the map is just, it just doesn't work like that. So I think that actually this is going to be the rare middle bottom at sub. Maybe we're going to go for the airburst or something like that. And then I think that we need to have a very healthy balance of farming and upgrading our towers. So maybe the twin guns is eventually not going to be enough, but can I get the sharpening stone for this thing? It's like plus one extra pierce going to be enough. Or maybe, you know what, this is 240, so maybe I save a little bit of money for the airburst. I think that's going to be the better choice, and then we do the sharpening stone. Oh, look at this thing. I mean, we do have some road spikes. Oh my god. Imagine this thing on chips mode, guys. I mean, this is going to be just wild. Your eyes are going to be everywhere. You can't even pay attention to this whole thing. Oh, and the bottom is, I think we leaked at the bottom, right? Like these guys. Yeah, let's just restart to be safe. So here's what I was thinking. Maybe I get like a Gyarados turret and do it like, we don't want to place it maybe like this, because they can shoot down straight lines, right? And they do a decent amount of damage, so this should be a little bit better. And then, oh my god, what is this map? Stop. No, that's way too many. It's like, there's no, I don't think there's even a point in buying a druid, because the druid is only going to summon these vines onto one track, and these guys are separate, so there's not even a point in buying him. I think that maybe when we get the airburst, that's when we stabilize, right? I mean, am I coping? It's 1.2k, so, oh, I see some green balloons on the right side, but we do have the money for the airburst, so I'm just gonna, no, there's a blue balloon. Okay, so we can absolutely do this. Let me place one more set of root spikes, and then I'm just saving up money for the airburst, and I'm just trying to collect from these guys from the farm. So let me just buy this, and hopefully this is gonna be enough. I think the airbursts are gonna do a lot of damage now. Oh, that's a okay. I'm not gonna give it the camp potion. We have these road spikes. Let them do a little bit of the work, and then let's just get to farming. I guess that's the most important thing. Just get this farm going a little bit, and then eventually, hopefully, this is gonna have some nice payouts for us into the future, because we're in the 20s, guys, and this is not looking good. Let me tell you that much. Okay, so let's just see how we do on this next one, and then I'm gonna buy the heat tip darts, which is hopefully gonna be, but I don't want to buy it before round 28 starts. So let's buy it now, and then let's see if this is gonna be enough to deal with all the lead balloons. I hope it is. I also upgraded the farm to 200, and that should be enough. And then hopefully we're getting into like the millipede sniper, which is gonna be able to, I don't know, deal with all of these guys, or help in dealing with all of these guys. Oh my, this is one of those yellow rounds. These yellows are a menace. They're an absolute menace for us. Let me get the shrapnel. So the next challenge is going to be the camos on 36. That's in terms of camo balloons. But we're going to have like a huge wave of pinks on 36, and then a bunch of rainbows. So, oh, I'm speaking too soon, I think, because I'm talking about 35 and 36, but we're not dealing with 34, it seems like. But we do have a bunch of money, so we can actually buy something. Maybe we can patch things up by buying the triple guns? Is this going to be like a good upgrade? I hope it is. Let's just try it like this. Let me also have the sniper on strong, so that he focuses down the zebras. It's not going to break it a lot, but it's going to break it to pinks, and that's completely fine. Maybe the shrapnel is going to do a little bit of damage, but I do want to focus the zebra before it makes it towards the middle and overwhelms the sub. So, but these early rounds are a menace. I mean, this is the 30s, and look at our defense. This is like some Willy Wonka defense. I don't even know how to call this thing a 0-2-3 sub. How often do you see this thing as 0-2-3 sub? And actually, it's doing work. Like, this is not even a joke. The 0-2-3 sub is actually doing work. Let's just see how we do. Guys, look at this. We dealt with 35 with the rainbows. Okay, that's a very good sign. I mean, listen, this is going super well, but I'm just gonna keep placing these road spikes. There's not even a way for us to buy a spike factory, which is gonna be able to defend. But oh my god, please defend the right side. Someone, green balloons, are we taking care of them? Oh, I don't think we are. I should probably just give the pickles to the sub, right? Because it's got 1 damage. That should be good. I really wish I could have given it the sharpening stone, but because we have the hot shots, not the hot shots, but what is it called? The heat tip darts upgrade. We cannot give it because it changes its attack type. But you know what we could do? I should probably like fortify the exits by just placing 2 sets of road spikes. Gonna be enough? I think they are. I'm just gonna keep it as 2. Then this guy is on first. I think I should probably keep this guy on first. I'm really looking to not sell the farm. That's my goal. Okay, so how are we doing versus 36? I think it's going well. So ideally, you know what? See, I'm still thinking about greeting things out, but that shouldn't be. Let me just get the bouncing bullet. I think it just bought on time, by the way. Yes. Okay, let's get the bouncing bullet. Let's just get this whole thing over with. I just wanted to get the marketplace, actually, so that we can make a little bit more money, but that's fine. This guy, the sniper, actually, he's very good by himself, but he needs a little bit of extra help. And when you give him the alchemist, that is when he actually starts becoming a lot stronger than he is. And let me also just give him the sharpening stone. And finally, I think this might be the time in which, and I don't want to jinx it, but this might be the time when we can actually deal with small balloons. Round 40, the mob comes down from, oh, it comes down from there. I mean, I'm just going to try and do this, honestly. And yep, it seems to have worked. Okay, that's completely fine. Okay, so the first ceramics in 43, we do have a buffed sniper, and I'm really banking on the sniper to, oh my god, that's a full ceramic. No, he's not defending actually. What? This is just not, the sniper is just not defending. I mean, let's try and do it like this. Let's give the Jerry's fire to the sub. Is this gonna be enough? This is, again, like a huge investment, $600. I would rather be putting this money into farms, but honestly, let's just keep it like this, and let's give the perishing potion so the buff lasts a little bit longer, so at least we can guarantee the uptime. He doesn't have a lot of attacks, but I think this is going to be a lot better than last time. And then another marketplace, I think we do just, yeah, let's just do another marketplace, and let's just chill for a second. We're going to have some purples. I think the sniper can deal with the purples by himself, although I say that. The top is getting taken care of, and now I see a little bit of red balloons on the side, and there's, no, he's going to leak at the bottom. Okay, so camo potion for the sub it is. I mean, this is exactly why I like having Geraldo and why he's my go-to hero when I don't know what to do. This is the exact reason. He just has an answer to everything. I love this guy. And I think that the purples are actually not even going to be a problem, right? Yep, there we go. Okay, so 48, a huge round, but then 49 is incoming. And here's what I want to do. I'm not going to buy... I think I'm actually going to buy the marketplace now. Let's just buy the marketplace and let's just be ready with some stuff. Like, for example, what? Like a... Or do we just let them attack? I think I should probably... Yeah, let's do that. Let me give the pickles to the sniper and let's just have like a glue in our hand and see how we go. Oh no, oh my god, no way. This farm right here, terrible choice. I'm still gonna upgrade it to a marketplace though, and I think I'm just gonna place some glue, so let's just be quick with this thing. I know. Let's just have like 2 glues. Nah, let's just have all 3 of them and let's see if these glues are gonna do anything. Maybe I should probably just give a pickle to the sniper. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's just give him a pickle. And let's see if this is gonna be, yeah, that was all it took. So it took just a couple, well, it was a huge investment by the way, because one of these is like 120, so we spent 360 plus I had to sharpening stone this guy, so it's 240 plus we pickles this, so that's a huge investment, but at least we got the marketplace going. This round made a lot of money, we're at 3,000, so I think I'm gonna be, wait, can I fit the village? I think, yeah, I can fit the village over here. But I did want to buy something like, maybe like a top hat sniper or something like that, just to deal with the mob class balloon. So let's go like this. I'm slow. Am I going to have to Geraldo this? Hopefully not. Yes, the glue, the leftover glue. Very good. Okay, so let's buy the deadly precision into something like maybe the 420 for this sniper I was thinking. I think I'm getting the main Moab first, and then after the main Moab, I think that we're just going to be going straight for the elite sniper, and hopefully we can make all of that happen before 63, which I'm kind of skeptical about it happening, because these prices are insane, guys. Let's just get the main Moab now so we can actually stun these guys, and oh, yeah, that's fine. So this guy keeps the Moab while the other ones clean up. This is the combo. This is the dream that you want to have. And round 59, Camelets. We can deal with Camelets in multiple ways, so I'm not concerned about them, but I might be a little bit concerned about what's going to be happening with this BFB, because we can keep it in place using the main Moab, but the question is, are all of these leftovers going to overwhelm the sniper and the sub? So let me just check how we're doing with the buffs. Oh, no, they're not. No, the shrapnel is way too good. No, they didn't do anything. I mean, how do we patch things up without spending too much money? I think I'm just gonna get Jerry's Fire, which is like $600 each. There is 2 rounds remaining on the sub, and I think I'm just gonna do this, guys. I mean, I know it's like 1.2k of an investment, but I don't want to be spending a lot of money. I'm not sure how impactful this is even going to be in the first place, but we do have the supply drop ability coming in a second, so if we can make it, yeah, there we go. So if I hadn't bought, yeah, look at this, if I hadn't bought the Jerry's Fires, we would have had by now, but with the supply drop ability, we should, yes, finally, okay. I feel a lot better having this guy now, even though he's probably not going to be able to defend everything by himself. It just makes me feel so good having him on the field. And then it's just the sniper spam from now on, right? And maybe we can get these farms up and running a little bit. Let's see how he's going to do versus 63. I should probably be ready with the glues, but let's just watch. It is, oh my god. I mean, it's not that close. Like, everything gets popped in the middle, but come on. It's a little bit nerve-wracking watching these guys. Nope. They have it, but it's going to be a lot closer. Yeah, just listen, I'm already seeing that, so let's just place like 2 glues. Let's just have these glues like this, and that should be fine for this next one, right? We're holding them here at the bottom. How's the right going? Yeah, we popped them. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so now the supply drop makes even more money. It's 3,000, and I think that we should just probably be using this money to upgrade our farms. Plus, oh, I was so happy that we finally stabilized, but no stabilization. This run and this map is absolutely unforgiving. I mean, I don't know what to say, guys, honestly. I'm gonna place the genie, and then hopefully this is gonna be enough. because I just need to stay, like, these guys just, this is just way too annoying. We need to get the farms, we need to get the towers going. I thought that the elite sniper was gonna be the stabilizing point, but it's not. Thankfully, Ninja Q was very nice to make like these rounds up to the, I guess between the 65, I would say, and like the 74, something like that. I think those rounds are generally a little bit easier than you would expect, and if you defeat the previous one, you probably defeat the other ones as well. So I'm not exactly too concerned about these incoming rounds. So what I'm doing is that I'm just plowing all the money into the central market. So I bought the second one, and then I'm gonna buy one more, which is gonna be this guy. Is this guy? No, I saw something wrong with it, and it turns out the sharpening stone wasn't there. So and didn't I just say that these rounds are a little bit easier, and then I just lose in 71? Okay, a quick detour. One more bouncing bullet sniper, and then we keep plowing money into the central market. So is this gonna be enough? I should probably be placing like the glue here on the side and then on the right, which the right side seems to be leaking. Is that gonna be fine? I think it is. Oh my god, this run is going to it's so draining playing this, guys. You have no idea. And right on time, this is the last supply drop ability, which I'm going to use to buy the third central market. I'm stopping with the farming. Well, I'm just going to be using the supply drop ability, but I don't plan on buying any more farms or anything like that. And this is right on time, because this is where the actual more difficult rounds are happening. So 75, 76, you guys know how it's going with those rounds. And I think I should probably be getting like one more bouncing bullet. When do we stop? I think like 3 or something like that. I think 3 is going to be fine, and then I do want to be buying some of these more global towers. So for example, I was thinking, because you know what, the economy is, wait a minute, let's just have you go on. I switched him on elite. I thought I was going to go on first, but elite seemed to have worked. Okay, so let's just switch this guy, go like this. Oh my god, we have the upgraded sharpening, so let's just buy quickly. Get onto the snipers. Someone's going to deal with that, right? Yes. And now with these guys, oh my god, what is happening with this run? Should I Maelstrom this? Like Maelstrom one of these sides? Like maybe Maelstrom here? And then maybe I Maelstrom here? And then I have one more Maelstrom? What do I do with the last one? I think I should have this guy on first, by the way. Yes. This run is the most intense thing that I've played in a while. I mean, I restarted and I backed out so many times. I'm at like probably like 45 minutes of runtime on this recording, and I would have beaten like 2 chimp smash by now. This is just so insane. So many restarts, but it's worth it, guys. I'm really enjoying playing this, by the way. It's just a typical strategy that you see. It's just that you have to restart, and you have to do these small things that Geraldo enables us to do, but it is absolutely worth it in my opinion. So here's the plan for the free play. This is around 80, and I was actually thinking of getting a global tower, which is going to be the Spike Storm into eventually the Carpet Spikes, which is $48,000 in popular mode. Yeah, that's a lot of money, but I think it's going to be fine. So let's just use the ability and hope that we can get it as soon as possible. And then this is at least one global tower, right? Because it's gonna affect all tracks, and it's gonna be nice versus mob class balloons, which is the type of damage that these snipers lack, right? So hopefully we can get it kind of soonish, and then we can I also like having abilities, especially with Geraldo, because we have the regen potion, right? So we can regen the abilities, and we can just use whatever we want. And I think that now that, okay, so finally now we got this thing, I feel a little bit safer when it comes down to mob class balloons, and I feel like the snipers are still going to be able to deal with everything. So what is the next tower? I was looking at some other global towers, like maybe we get the Sky Shard or something like that, but we're also going to need some cleanup. So maybe we just reinforce our sniper army, or what do we do? What would you guys do if you were in my place? What's the next tower that you want to buy in this spot? Yeah, I mean, ever since we bought the Carpet of Spikes, this is just such a different game, because we have no need to worry about mob class balloons, and these snipers are still strong. They're still holding their own. And I was thinking about which tower I want to buy next, and I think it's going to be the mortar, actually. I want to have a mortar target here in the middle. It's going to be a 5-2-0. These balloons, they all group up in the middle, right? So I think this is a fair tower, and then we should also give it like a radar scanner. And then I think it's time to sell these guys. So let's sell the farms. We don't need them. We have a lot of money made so far. And I should probably buy some abilities or something like that. So maybe I wanted to get like a Saba going as well. Do we need some more damage? Like, that's my question. I know this mortar is doing very well. We got an Alchemist. This is an overworked Alchemist, by the way. So let me buy. I'm going to buy another one. This is giving our 4-2-0. I know that it's not the... Maybe I should have... I don't want this guy to be in range, but I wouldn't have minded if this one was getting buffed by an Alchemist. Let me sell this up, and let's actually buy some abilities. I was thinking that was a Bombat sub, so maybe we can do something like, oh no, you know what I want to buy? I know exactly what. I want to buy the Sar Bumbo, which is going to eliminate everything. Then I want to get a first strike for the bat around 100. I know that we have the Carpet Spikes, but I do want to do it like this. And I think that's about it, honestly. I mean, we spent a huge chunk of our money this round 95, so let's use the Sabo on this round and then kind of make sure. We do have the Spike Storm as well, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. The Snipers are doing a little bit of work, but let's, as soon as these DTs start coming out, let me just Sabo it up and let's see how it goes. I don't think we're going to have an issue. We also have this guy on Strong, the main Moab, which is stunning the DTs. So, oh, I mean, they are kind of moving towards the middle, but I don't think that anything is going past the 50% mark onto their respective tracks. So, yes, there we go. There we go. So, finally, all of those sacrifices into the early, into the mid game, it paid off because we made a bunch of money. Okay, so let's actually use the money that we made. Let me just use a supply drop and let's wipe out the entire screen like that. I think that's the perfect ability, by the way, for this map because it's called Plutonium Lab. Actually, what would be the perfect upgrade for this one? Maybe like these radioactive towers, right? Like maybe this mortar because it has the logo. Oh, maybe we should have done something like that. Actually, no. No. I'm not going back and I'm not going through this whole thing again. But like, I was thinking of towers like this, maybe the sub the Energizer, which would be like these radioactive towers. So this is round 98, and here's what I want to do. I want to use the Sabo. I'm gonna wipe the entire screen now with the Sar Bomba ability. So let's do that now. Okay, we didn't wipe the entire thing. So let me use the Spike Storm, the active one. Let's refresh the abilities so we have them for 99. And honestly, that should be about it. I mean, unless they keep coming out, it seems like. But yeah, we have more than enough damage. And now for these DDTs, they're probably all gonna pop onto the Spike Storm, right? I mean, let me just wipe them just to make sure. And there we go, round 100. Do we have one more rejuff? Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's do this. Let's first strike it. Let's use the Spike Storm. Let's rejuff. Spike Storm again, and then one more first strike, and then we wipe everything. Oh no, I wanted to wipe everything with the Sar Bomba, but that's it. That was an extreme map played in BTD6. I mean, honestly, I don't even know how you do this on BTD5. We have a lot of new technology in BTD6, so it might have been a little bit easier, I guess, towards the late game when you stabilize. But man, this early game was a pain, and I expect it to be like that in BTD5 as well. But that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. A while back we tried beating this map that had basically two mini-maps inside of it with a huge hole between them and then boosts are coming out from the left and the right side, and that was really fun to do on Chimps mode. But today we're gonna take things to the next level. Today we're playing 4 mini-maps at once. This map is called 4 Corners, and currently what I have booted up is a Chimps mode run. Now the thing is, this thing is not even possible on Chimps mode because you only get $650 and we need to defend 4 corners. So let me just show you guys, you only have money for 3 dart monkeys. So basically, even though we can defend like these other ones, the left corner is always going to leak, and in this case it's the left one. Whatever it is, something's going to remain undefended, and this is straight up impossible on Chimps mode. So instead of trying it on Chimps mode, I'm going to try it on the second most difficulty, and that is going to be impossible mode. Can we even defend the first round? This is very confusing. It's like my eyes don't know what to follow. And something else that you guys might have noticed is that these tracks are super short. Yeah, so it's not even that you're defending 4 of them, you're defending 4 super short tracks. So eventually, you know, we're probably going to be able to stabilize. I'm just trying to save up money for Sai, by the way. And we are going to, there we go. We're going to be able to stabilize eventually. I'm going to have them over here. And I got them here because when we use the level 3 ability, it should be able to get, you know what, should I do a test run on it? Are we going to be fine around 13? I think we are. So let's do a test run and let's see what the AoE is. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that gets the one on the bottom left, bottom right, and then the top right. But that is probably going to be about it because I'm not sure if it reaches here on the top left. Let's try and save up money, 1.2k for the Druid of the Jungle. This is kind of a risky tower, I'm going to be honest, because it's, again, I think I mentioned this, but the vines are only going to appear on one track. That is not good because usually these vines, like you're playing, let's say you're playing on a 2-track map, right? It's still gonna do a lot more work than a 4 one because it's gonna have to appear on 4 different ones, and that's just not the thing. So maybe the Druid of the Jungle is not that good of a tower, but you know what I'm concerned? I'm concerned about the bottom one because the bottom one only has, what's that, like 4? Oh my god, it's gonna be... Thank you, Sai. Okay, so that was good. It's only like 4 road spikes that we have, and that's pretty much it. So I think I should have this guy on strong because the vine targeting follows the Druid targeting. And I think I want to pay attention just to this bottom part. I'm not even sure how... Oh my god, this is so... I can't, guys. My eyes can't even follow this thing. This is insane. We have to do something about this. So I do have kind of a plan because not only the... Oh, Okay, so we were at $478 before we lost and before we hit a continue. So I sold a bunch of towers and got us to 479 because we don't want to be cheating when we hit a continue. Let me do it like this. Let's have one of the darts here. I want to buy the range of this one because the card doesn't seem to be blocking the vision. And then one more dart as soon as possible, so maybe have it like this. I'm also kind of looking to use size ability. Are these darts holding on? I think they are. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's good. I can get this guy to hard thorns. I probably should actually. But let me try and get the spike factory first. So how much money is the spike? It's 1,050. So here's what I was thinking. If I can get it like over here in this corner, and if I buy the range and I give it a village, it's gonna be able to affect at least 3 of the 4 tracks, isn't it? So it's gonna affect this one and this one for sure, right? Yeah, there we go. Please drop one at the top right. So I kind of feel a lot. There we go. Okay, that's super good. That's super good. And this is even going to get better with the village and everything. But this top left is now going to be undefended. So we need to do something about that one. Maybe I should have had the druid on this island here so that it has a little bit of attack damage on it. But something that I kind of have missed so far is what the primary track is. So the way that you determine what the primary track is out of all this is you see where the balloons are coming out from first. And I kind of haven't noticed that so far. So maybe we can see it around 35, I think is this one. And how is everything looking? So we're gonna have camel balloons, not camel, but ceramics. So one of the ceramics is being held, and then the other one, oh, I guess the druid took care of the other one. Okay, that's amazing. But let's watch how we do on this one. So top left, I can see a red balloon. Nope, I think we have this actually. It's very close, but I think we do actually have this thing. Yep. And here comes the Moab. Okay, so what's the plan for the Moab? I think I'm just gonna try and... Oh my god, it's on the top left. I was looking at the global tower and we don't have the money to upgrade it, but there was a fighter plane, so maybe we can get some money to get to the fighter plane. If I sell this alchemist, or am I selling the triple dart? You know what? I actually think the triple dart is more valuable than the alchemist, so I'm gonna sell this guy. I'm gonna go like this, and then we're gonna keep the ODS as well. Does the stun reach? Let's try. So let's try stunning it. Yes, it reaches. One more pulse, please. Yes, there we go. This is such a short track. And yes, we have this thing. Okay, so let's try and do it like this. I need to rebuy the alchemist. We need the deadly spikes over here. And we also need to make a little bit more money. So you know what? I'm actually thinking I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to buy it. Even if we have like one, like 200 farm, that is going to do the Lord's work. So I'm actually going to buy this thing. Let's get it to 200 for now, and let's just watch the cash and just watch what's happening at these rounds because we no longer have road spikes on the top left as well. So, oh, that was very close in the bottom. Okay, so I just sold a fire plane and I bought a druid with a jungle, and I'm doing this because eventually I want to get a jungler's bounty druid. Maybe on this one, maybe on this one as well, because this thing is now super strong. It does 2 damage per vine basically, and it summons 2 vines, so essentially double damage. So I wanted to do that one as well, and I'm thinking if I want to buy one more, because if I get one more over here, that's probably gonna stabilize things a lot, isn't it? We're missing $400, so maybe I can sell something for this, or maybe we just chill on this round and then we eventually get it. I know that this isn't the setup, and eventually if you're going for, I guess, the jungler's bounty, you don't want to be doing it like that. Oh, okay, I bought it. I'm looking at the top left, so we seem to held there. Top left, top right, there we go. Okay, okay, so we probably have to buy this like this, and then do this, and eventually get this submergent support on both of these guys. That was a beautiful snipe, by the way, from this druid. Let me switch that one to first as well. We have camo purples incoming in a second. Sai cannot target them, and it's basically gonna be this spike, this guy over here, and then hopefully the vines can take care of them. But we need a separate camo detection for all of these. So, or maybe we try and have all of them on strong. Maybe that's gonna help. So let's try and have these druids on strong. I don't know, maybe this is gonna be a little bit better. I mean, maybe we get a glue somewhere. So we're holding 1, 2, 3. I mean, this guy needs to get held as soon as possible, and then the other one. Let's stun that. Oh my god, I missed it. So we're holding down one, and how are we looking? Okay, I think that might have been it. I'm really struggling to pay attention to what's happening, guys. Oh my god, but I think that was it actually, because we had a couple of these druids on first, and now switching them to strong seems to have helped for this round, but I'm gonna keep a couple of them on first anyways. So let me get the deadly spikes now. That's like one upgrade. I feel better, a little bit better each time we buy like one single upgrade, because I know that that's gonna make things a little bit easier. Like a tiny bit easier, but you know what, it's gonna happen. Okay, 49. We have to probably go on strong on these guys because that is a quote-unquote proven strategy. I think I'm also gonna have to buy this. Let me use Psy's ability. I wish Psy was level 10. If I had the level 10 ability... Oh my god. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should do this. And I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna get the Heart of Thunder. Ceramics are incoming, so I'm gonna use... That's a beautiful Thunder. Is it gonna defend all of them, though? Nope. Okay, attempt number 5 probably, or something like that. We dealt with the Ceramics, it looks like, but last time... Well, not last time, but the actual time that we were the closest to beating this round, we lost to the Rainbows. So let's see if it's anything different this time. It was the top left, I think it was the league, but we were a lot stronger there because I got the Heart of Thunder. And it seems like that was somehow enough. So there's this mob incoming which you cannot deal with, but I am probably gonna be buying these aces, I think. Okay, so let's do it like this. This is gonna be a fire plane to start things off. Can I have him? Yeah, let's do Wing Monkey. Let's see if this is gonna be enough. Should I stun? I don't think I want to stun, actually. I think we just want to chill. Hopefully this is enough. Yep, that's enough. Let me do this then. Let me try and get an ODS. And I'm going to have the ODS closer to the Alchemist so that it gets brute. I'm going to get the Alchemist to 320. Is this the time that we stabilize? Guys, please tell me that this is it. I really want to just chill for a second. It's around 54 and I've been at this for like 40 minutes. Like, I've restarted this thing so many times, it's actually insane. I don't know, I feel like I'm playing an expert map on chimps or something like that. But am I getting the strongest stimulant? You know what, I should probably get it. Yeah, let me get the strongest stimulant and let me try and fit the village somehow over here. Where's the spot? There has to be... Oh my... I can't have it at the top. What am I doing? The village radius doesn't care about it. Okay, BFB. Can we defeat this thing? We have the fighter plane, we have the ODS, but there's gonna be a lot of ceramics incoming, so... It's just gonna be the ceramics. Yeah, we're not dealing with the insides, actually. Okay, so here's the tower that I wanted to try and buying. I'm going to get the Jungler's Bounty Druid, and I'm going to have this guy because he already has the Heart of Thunder. Now, these vines are a lot stronger than they used to be. They did 2 damage, and now we have 2 vines instead of 1. So this guy should be able to clean up all the insides, and hopefully this is going to be enough for this quadrant of around 63 eventually. And we have size level 10 ability, which we absolutely do not need because, yes, I was right about this tower, about the Jungler's Bounty Druid. So maybe we're going to solve around 63 in this new way. So this is 63. Let's use size level 10 ability because that caught me off guard very much. It says there like that, and we're gonna have the level 3 ability for 1 wave, but let's just chill. I'm not gonna use the level 3 because I want to see how we're doing, actually. So the bottom one is... Oh my god, we defended, actually. What? Wait a minute. How are these guys defending 63? I'm gonna use the level 10 ability, by the way, just because I'm not feeling safe. And that was 63. That was... I'm pretty sure this guy did like the majority of the work in that round, like this Jungler's Bounty Druid. Okay, so I lost this round a couple of times already, so before we even start, let me just walk you guys through of what's been happening these past 3 rounds. So every single dollar that I've gotten, I've put into more farms, and I only had this one, but I bought these guys. These were both 023s, and then I made $18,000, and you know what I did with the money? I bought this thing to the central market, as you would expect from me. Okay, so you know what? This is a problematic round, and even though these farms are going to start paying themselves off eventually, that eventually thingy is far in the future. So I feel like I want to get this guy, the Jungler's Bounty, because this round basically has a bunch of Moab class balloons, and I don't think that we have an issue of dealing with the Moab class balloons. I think that we're just not cleaning up, actually, as funny as that sounds. So we can kind of keep the Moab class in place, I think. So I want to get this guy to Jungler's Bounty as well. Maybe, am I even getting the Heart of Thunder with this guy? Oh my god, the top right. I think I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna hit play. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. Top left now. We held them. Bottom left. All of those Moabs. I have the level 10 ability. But I'm going to... Oh my god, where am I finding this patience? No, we have to click it. We have to click it there. And then the bottom... I think the bottom left is fine. Bottom right is fine. How's the top one going? Oh my... I think they actually got it. Yes! I've been stuck on this round for so long. Yes, finally. Oh my god. Okay, we can breathe a little bit. Oh my god, so that was all it took. It was like a Jungler's Bounty Druid, I guess. I was trying all different stuff, but I guess this was the one that worked. Okay, I'm absolutely gonna take that. Okay, so huge camel wave incoming, but you know what? Am I using the level 10? Yeah, I think I am. I'm just gonna use the level 10 ability. That's fine. We can afford to do that because 79 is just gonna be a bunch of these. But we are also de-regrowing them and popping them and cleaning up nicely. I actually think that we have this round. As soon as these rainbows stop coming out, we're fine. We're absolutely fine. And we're kind of getting close to a perma spike, which is 36,000. This round makes a lot of money. We can also sell these farms to make money, but I don't want to do that. We're going to need every little bit of cash that we can find. So, okay, so we can stun this one, and hopefully if the level 10 ability comes off cooldown and we pop all of the Moabs, then we can probably beat this thing with the level 10 ability. But I don't think this is popping, actually. We're very close to a perma spike, which isn't going to do anything with this track, but I'm just kind of saying. Yeah, we're not popping this one. Alright, so how about I get the Moab glue, and I'm going to try and just stall this 0MG as much as possible for the level 10 ability. Let's click both of these droids ability. How much money has this guy made? 4.8k. You know what? He might have paid himself off, kind of, if we sell him. Yeah, in a way. I think I'm going to keep him, though. Let's use the stun now. The level 10 is coming out in a second, so let's kind of chill with the popping of these guys. And now, just pop the Moabs. That's all we need to do. Just pop the Moabs and boom, level 10 ability. And that should be, yes, that's enough. Okay, there we go. Round 81. So this is what things are getting a lot more difficult. And I have a feeling that we are just not going to be defending these guys. So, oh yeah, look at the top. So these droids are not doing anything at this point. Let's try a different approach. Let me sell this thing. Let me sell, what else am I selling? One of these guys? Sure. Let me actually buy, you know what, I'm even going to sell this thing. Let me actually buy this guy, sure. Let's try it like this. Let's see how good this Kashira is going to be. By the way, let's do this as well. Do it like that. Get the Arctic Wind so we can place more towers if we need to. But basically, after we get the perma spike, yeah, this Kashira seems to be defending actually. Am I getting, you know what? I'm going to get the spy plane. Let's get the stronger stimulant so that we have more uptime on the brew. And I think it's time for the ODS to go, actually. So let me make sure that this Cut Shredder is buffed as much as it can be. I'm just gonna get the Jungle Chunks Village for it. Is this in reach? Yes, it is. Oh my god, I'm patching things up. That's just what I'm doing. I'm just patching things up, and I've been doing that for like 80 rounds, with the exception of 10 rounds in like the 60s. Through the 70s, which is probably going to make this whole thing happen if everything goes to plan. But yeah, we don't have a lot of money to make, and as I'm saying that, actually, you know what, I should probably do this. I should probably get like a 0-2-3 village, because this thing pays itself off in like, I guess because we're playing on a pop on, it's like it's gonna pay itself off in like 3 rounds. So no, well, not pay itself off, but it's like if you decide to sell it, you're not gonna lose money on it. Okay, DDTs. How is this Kashara gonna do with the perma spike? I think they're actually gonna defend, honestly. I think we have a problem with it, but it's only round 90, so 95 is gonna be a fun round. Let me just say that much. And let's start thinking about just stalling these guys and buy more time and you know, the usual stuff that we do. So let's get one of these guys over here. Let's start buying these boomerangs. Go on strong. We need to just hold these guys. So the spike factory seems to be dropping the majority of the spikes on the bottom side. So that means it's just all gonna be on the top side, it looks like. So let me buy more press over here. That's what I'm spending all my money on. I'm just gonna be buying more presses and stuff. And just glue, I guess, yeah, we need to buy glue. So did I buy this guy as a Moab glue? No, I didn't. So let's get this guy to a Moab glue. It seems like we are gonna have the money now. Do it like this. We're gonna have some infinite stalling power. It's not infinite, let's it's super strong. And let's buy it like that. Let's do we can buy a glue over here, I think. I want to make this guy a Moab glue as well. DDTs, by the way. Can we hold DDTs yet? Nope, not yet. But we are 16 outside. There we go. We can stun them. So let's use the stun ability. Let's get this guy to a Moab glue. These are all 0-1 3s. I don't want to buy the glue splatter because it's too expensive for now. Let's get this one as well to a Moab glue. Although, is the bottom side even necessary to get upgraded to these upgrades? I'm not sure. Okay, so we need to get a Sabo for this round. Let me do it like this, and I think it's time. Yeah, it's time for one of the farms to go. So let me get a Sabo. Hopefully it comes off cooldown before the DDT spawn. Can we hold DDTs? No, not yet. Split the mine. We cannot target 3 different balloons. Yes, that's such a nice power spike, but let's see how we do. So Sabo it up. Sabo it up. As soon as the Sabo ends, I'm going to use the level 3. Top left seems to be a little bit problematic, so let me use the level 3 ability now. Let's stun these guys if we can hold some of them. DDTs are gone. DDTs are gone. And it's just the Moabs. Very good. So the spike piles on this bottom left side are not holding on, but I do want to hold on to all of my abilities. So I think we have this one. So we have the money, round 97, and as soon as this one ends, I'm probably going to sell the farm because there's no point. It actually made all its money, so I'm going to sell it right now. We have $40,000. And after these guys pop, we are going to have to start thinking about what we want to do with them. I was thinking of buying a mortar. So I do kind of want to micro this mortar around a little bit. Can I get one more? I can fit one more boomer, so let me do it like this. Let me micro the mortar, buy a first strike. Actually, that's super bad idea, and I'm gonna sell it immediately in shame, because the first strike is not a... Oh my god! Did you guys see it? I saw it. And I'm gonna buy a spike storm because that's the better choice nowadays. Let me micro this thing. Bottom right. Are we holding on? I don't think we are. Okay, so I tried a different approach. I bought this guy. I bought the Moa Press Boomerang. I bought 2 Spike Storms here on the side, and I patched things up with a 320 Spike Factory, getting buffed by 300 Alchemist, but this is not working out. We're gonna need the mortar for sure. So these druids, it's time for them to go, guys. And that is the only thing that I can sell, that I can see that I can sell, honestly. Everything else seems to be kind of, I don't know, doing some sort of work. And let me just try and reduce the RB. Let me try and micro this mortar. I'm even going to use the Sabo, I think, because it's probably going to come off cooldown on time. Let's try it like this. Let me keep... Is that all of them? I don't know. Okay, so this thing seems to be... Oh my god, that was the most clutch level 10 ability you guys have seen. Are you guys watching in the top right? I just used the level 10 ability, and that probably might have saved the game. Nope. I mean, let's do it again. Until we actually get it. I'm gonna use this Habo again. I can probably patch things up here again. I don't have the money for a spike. Oh my god. I can't, guys. I can't anymore. This run has taken everything from me. And I have to edit this video after this. Let me upgrade this thing like this. Let's keep level 10 ability. Is that gonna be fine? There's the RMGs on the bottom left, but I think that should be kind of fine. I'm gonna use the stun ability as well. I shouldn't have done that actually, because we have 45 DDTs incoming. Yes, I think that's fine. Finally, round 98, finally. Okay, 2 more rounds left to go. This one is going to be super annoying. I messed up by using this how I thought it was going to come off cooldown, but it's not coming off cooldown, so hopefully we hold on because I have nothing to give on this one. What are we doing about this one? I mean, we do have the abilities up. I want to save the Spike Storms for the bad, because I don't think we have enough damage for it, and when we pop it, I guess, what size level? 18, so I guess if we can pop the ZOMGs to BFBs, we can use the level 10 abilities, so maybe I can sacrifice 1 Spike Storm for this round. Let's wait a little bit. You know what, I would just have to do it. Let's just go for it. Let's just make sure that they get... Yeah, there we go, they got popped. Oh my god, this Spike Storm is so good nowadays. I think they overbuffed it, I'm gonna be honest. But it's just this round, guys. It's round 100. Let me use the Spike Storm. Let's hope this thing pops. Is it gonna pop? Is it actually gonna pop? Okay, so it popped. So we just need these guys to pop into BFBs, and then there we go. Size level 10 ability, and there it is. We finally beat this thing. I hit so many continues, by the way, and I think I lost like over 3,000 monkey money just hitting continues on this one. But each time I hit a continue, it's not going to be shown in the final version, but I just want to say that I was really trying to get the money down to the amount that I had before starting the round, so there's no cheating on it. And, you know, the cash is not going to be exactly there, but I try my best, and I want you guys to know that. And, but yeah, we got it. We finally beat 4 corners, which is a Minnesota map, and I hope nothing like this gets put into the official game. But that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Today we're playing Hedge, but it's not the Hedge that you guys know. This isn't the Hedge beginner map. This is a custom-made map which is called Wedge, and it's inspired by Hedge. And it's, I guess if I had to put a category onto this thing, I think that this would easily be an advanced map. So let me show you guys first off how ingenious this map is and how well it was designed. So instead of the left side, the balloons are not coming out from the bottom, and let me show you guys how little spots there are for towers. So first off, you cannot place like at least 5 of the towers in the game. So I already went ahead and checked this. You cannot have an ace, a heli, a mortar, a super monkey, or a village for sure, and I'm not sure if you can even have a spike factory. Then it's all middle or small footprint towers. But then take a look at this. If I place the sniper over here, you guys can see that this all right side basically of the sniper is red, and that means that these rocks in the middle, they are blocking line of sight, so you can't even cheese it with anything like that. But other than that, this is such a well designed map, and I really want to try this in chimps mode. This is probably like easily an advanced map, and let's see if we can do this on chimps mode. So first off, let me turn off drop a lock. Let me do this, and here's how I wanted to start this, because you have to start with dark monkeys. So I'm gonna have 2 dark monkeys here on the side, but here's the thing, this is gonna be the weirdest start that you guys have seen. I'm gonna upgrade both of these guys to 001, and that's because if you give them a little bit of range, you're gonna be able to see both of these sides. So take a look at how the balloons go. So my goal is going to be rushing a Buccaneer. I want to have the Buccaneer here in the cauldron, and then obviously the reason why I'm going for it is, well, it's probably the best spot on the map, but honestly it's more about the platforms that we're gonna unlock by getting the carrier flagship, and then on top of the platforms we can maybe plan ahead and do some towers. Like, I don't know what I want to put onto the platforms, but hold on, let me just watch this thing for a second. Is that gonna be... Nope, it gets sniped, so that means that we absolutely can place this Buccaneer right here. So are we getting Psy on this round? I really hope so. I really want to get Psy as soon as possible, but at the same time, are we gonna... How are these darts doing? I'm very concerned about those guys. So let's place it... Oh no, I missed it. Oh my god, I missed it actually. So it's round 14 now, so we're not gonna get the XP from the previous round. That's fine. You know what? I wanted to test out if the stun affects these guys here on the left track, so I'm gonna use it now. It does. I saw it on green balloon, I think, but I might have played myself actually by doing that. So maybe gone. This is the most clutch escape button that I've ever hit in my life. Look at this thing. You can only see like just a couple of particles from this yellow balloon, but we have to do something about this one. I'm gonna keep this guy on last, and then let's see what we can do. I'm also gonna have Scion strong, I think. Let's see what happens. So both of these darts are on first, and maybe we... Oh, the double shot actually did it. That was a lot of damage, it looks like, by I don't know, by adding one more dart, it looks like. But you know what, I'm absolutely gonna take that. That's the cheap cash from 24 that I was talking about. Oh no, that was even 23. Okay, so this is the cheap cash from 24, and that means boom, Druid of the Jungle. Yes, I love it when we do stuff like that. And this is gonna be the hard turns as well, and this is gonna stabilize the mid game. So not the mid game, but the early game. So I think I'm gonna see you guys in a second when I decide what I want to do for the Moab. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at next. Is Sai gonna get level 7? I think they are. And if we get level 7, then we can destroy ceramic balloons. So that means that 3 out of the 4 ceramics are gonna get health. But the next question that I have is, are we gonna get money for the carrier? Because if we can buy the carrier, then there's basically no worry about the Moab, I feel like. So yeah, no money for the carrier. So I feel like, here's what I want to do. I'm gonna use the stun. So 3 ceramics are gonna get popped by Psy. The 1 ceramic is gonna get held by the Druid of the Jungle, but we just need to take care of the Moab layer, and that's it. So hopefully these guys can do it. Yes, that's amazing. And I think that now we're gonna have the money for this thing. So this basically means, you know what, I think this is the time that we move this guy on first, because this targeting affects the small planes as well. So this guy goes first. We have Psy, we have the Druid of the Jungle, and I think that we have stabilized, at least for now. Look at these particles come out of the cauldron. So this is like the cauldron that you see on Carved, but there is this prompt, I guess, which is a portal. And so what they did here is they put the cauldron, and then I think that they put the portal prop onto it. Let me just use size ability, by the way, because we have 49, a bunch of ceramics. So we just want to hold a couple of them. And I think that's it. That was a ceramic. That's what I was worried about, because we're not that good versus them, at least not yet. Okay, let's use the stun, because these guys are going a little bit farther on the right side, and then someone needs to hold these guys. There we go. That's very good. So we're gonna have the carrier flagship in a second, and hopefully before the 4th ceramic wave on 55. This is wave number 2, so there we go. Boom. And now we get the 2 platforms. And now these guys, let me just check with the sniper. What? Wait, what's happening? Okay, we have a huge problem. Apparently these rocks are even taller than the carrier flagship platforms? How is that a thing? I thought that we could have 2, and you know what? Like this platform on the big one, like you can place something on it, but this left one, you can't even have anything on it. I feel like this might be a little bugged or something like that. I'm a little bit in shock. Like my strategy was I wanted to get the darling on top of this thing, but I'm a little in shock now. I don't know what to place. So I guess this run just became a lot more interesting, I feel like. Alright, so this is 63. That was the second wave. I feel like we're not gonna have any issues in dealing with it. And I was kind of thinking for a second, what are the towers that we can place here? So if we're using this top platform, which is the best spot, we're gonna need to use towers that don't care about line of sight. And the tower that came to mind first was this guy. It was the top path wizard, and eventually into the archmage. So the archmage is not going to be able to shoot with his fire projectiles throughout these obstacles, but the main attack is going to go through it. So I think that this is what we do. I'm just kind of thinking, what are we doing? Are we doing the middle or the I think we're doing the bottom crossband right for the innate camo. Although the Archmage is gonna have the shimmer by itself, but I think we do this one and for the pierce a little bit. I don't know, guys. I really don't feel good about this run. That was, by the way, the first group of BFBs. This is gonna be the second one. I think I'm gonna use the stun just in case, and then we have size level 10 ability for 76 if we need it. Because I'm not sure if we're going to be able to beat it like this. I mean, the Druid's going to remove the Rego. There we go. That was good. Okay, so at least that's something we have to think about. A little bit of the Rego getting removed. And this is going to be well for 79 as well. But the plan is to get the Archmage next. I'm planning to play around it a little bit. But see, here's the thing. There's no village. There's no alchemist for this guy. So this is probably going to be one of the weaker Archmages that you've seen. And this is probably just going to end up being like an ability run towards the end game. So, overclock into, oh, let me just use the stun. Is it gonna be fine? Yeah, it is. So it's just gonna be overclock into Sabo, into glues, and into probably some ice abilities or stuff like that. So let's just demonstrate our lack of Moab popping power. Though I don't think we're gonna be able to demonstrate it on this one, because it's just a normal ZOMG. But look at this thing. Look at where it made it to. It made it all the way to the left side. So blues are absolutely not getting popped in this corner that we want them to pop. But I was thinking of getting the Master Bomber actually. This thing is 43. In total it's gonna be over $50,000. So if we buy it, it's gonna be in the 90s, deep in the 90s. I was kind of thinking of getting it just because it got some interesting buffs, and it now throws the projectiles a little bit slower, but they do more damage. So I feel like because we need some bad damage eventually, that might have been a good choice. But you know what? Let's buy the small towers first, like this thing. Thankfully, we have Sai as our hero. So Sai is really good in the ultra late game, and if we can get Sai to level, what was the level? If we can get them to level 16, in which we can now target BFBs, that's gonna be amazing. Because when you trigger the level 10 ability, it blows half of them back, and then half of them get frozen. But the ones that get frozen are dependent on what are the types of balloons that Sai can target. So if we have level 16, then Sai is going to be able to target BFBs, and then those BFBs are going to get affected by level 10 abilities as well. So that is something to look out for. Okay, I know it's super early, but we need to start getting ready for DDTs, and I'm not even kidding about that one. So first off, I want to buy the overclock NG, which is going to be overclocking our, let me just have the targeting over here. It's going to be overclocking the wizard, obviously the Archmage, and we have to be very careful because the uptime is not 100%. And here are the other towers that I want to buy for the DDTs. So the first one is going to be the Sabo Ninja. So do it like this. And then I wanted to buy one more, which is the 240 ice. And you know what? Because we have the glue on the left side, maybe we buy the ice on the right side. Maybe we can hold ceramics like that. Do we have the money, by the way? So let me just check. Do it like this. We still don't have the money. So here come the first DDTs. Let's just see. I'm not going to click any buttons. Let's see how we do versus 3 DDTs. So the ones on the, I guess the ones on the left are getting stunned. And that was kind of a clean defense, I feel like. And in come the abilities, in come the DDTs, but I think I'm gonna use, I don't know if I want to use Sai's ability. Let's just chill for a second and let's see how we do. So the guys on the left are gonna get stunned, all of them are gonna get revealed, and it looks like it was kind of a clean defense, this one as well, although the right side, they kind of made it over here. So we're gonna need a Sabo for sure, 95, we have the Relentless Glue on the left side, we have the ice ability, and then I'm gonna save money. I really wish I was able to buy something like a Spike Storm, but this is just not looking like it's gonna be happening. So, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. If I overclock the wizard now, and if I use Sai stun ability, both of them are gonna come off cooldown for 95 for sure, right? I think this is gonna be fine. This Archmage is, yeah, this is gonna be our star. So if the Archmage doesn't defend, then nothing defends, guys. That's pretty much it. Okay, here it comes. This is the round to look out for. We have the overclock. We have Sai stun ability. Sai is level 15. So we're getting close to 16, but we need to survive this one. So we're gonna have 16 for 98, but let me use the stun now. Let me overclock the Archmage, and I'm gonna use the Sabo. So you want to use the Sabo a little bit later than usual because it doesn't cover the entirety of the DDTs coming out. But I feel like this guy overclocked is actually kind of doing well in combination with the carry flagship. Look at that, they actually defended. But this is okay. This round is not looking good. I mean, let me freeze them. I guess let me stun them now with Sai. How are we doing? Level 15 still. We need the 16. So I'm going to do this. And we're probably not going to need the overclock for the next round, hopefully. I hope so. Balloons are... Oh my god, this is so nerve-wracking. Like, I don't know where to look because both sides are kind of leaking, but then it's like somehow things get popped. I think we're fine. If we deal with these ZOMGs, then it's going to be fine. It's going to be like 4 more rounds after that. So, I think, I think I switched time first now. Oh my god! Oh no, that was a pink blue on the right side, but we popped it. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I cannot pay attention to both sides at once. This is a little bit crazy. Okay, so let's move Sai on strong, and then after this round ends, we're gonna have level 16. That's gonna be perfect. So we don't have to buy it. It's like $4,000, but I still don't want to buy it. And then we have 27k, so we have to decide what we want to do for these for the next round, basically. I really wish I could have bought a mortar, honestly, but there's no way to place it, guys. There's absolutely no spot for this tower, and for any, like, the medium footprint towers are the biggest one that you can have on this one. We have abilities, but I don't want to click anything at this point. I just want to save all of my abilities, and I want to chill. And I think we're gonna do it thanks to the eyes that froze all these balloons. Okay, so 98, we're level 16 on side. That's amazing. Okay, so what we can do now is we can click the level 10 ability, and like all these UMGs, not the UMGs, but the BFBs are gonna disappear. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the stun ability to kind of hold these guys in place. And I want this entire round to come out first, and then when balloons start coming out from the bottom, I'm gonna use the level 10 ability. So now, and now look at that. That's so beautiful. Look at this thing. Oh my god, Sai. What a good hero Sai is. Look at that. Half of this round just disappeared with one button. I just love that. And is this even close? Like I feel like we have the damage with this Archmage, like all this damage is scattered around our towers. But it's fine because we have Sai. And that was round 98. I really love that. So 2 more rounds remaining. Okay, let's focus up. Oh no, the overclock is on cooldown. Okay, Sabo this thing up. Stun them with Sai. I think I'm gonna have to freeze with the ice as well, so that the Archmage can clean everything up. And that's 99, yes! But here's a little bit of an issue. I don't think we have damage for this one, so I'm just gonna overclock this guy, and I'm gonna try and make sure that we don't have damage. And then if we actually don't, we're gonna start thinking about something else. So as soon as these guys pop out, I guess we could freeze them with the ice. We could blow the BFBs back with science level 10 ability. So yeah, it's not looking like this guy's popping, which means that we're gonna need to spend our money, or at least if it pops, it's gonna pop near the end. So I don't want to risk those DDTs running out, so I'm gonna restart. Oh, it popped. Actually, am I giving this a shot? Let me freeze the DDTs. Okay, so they popped. Let me use size stun ability, which doesn't do anything. I'm gonna use the Sabo as well. Okay, so if we pop these guys into BFBs, and if I use size level 10 ability, is everything gonna get blown back? I think it actually worked. I can't believe it actually worked. Oh my god. I was about to restart. I was like, okay, let me not risk this thing, but it worked out at the end. Honestly, the fact that we bought this wizard and went with it, I think that saved the game. I was gonna do the darting, I was gonna do the bottom pad darting, and I was like, sure, I'm gonna have this darting on top, I'm gonna have the alchemist on the side, and we're gonna be able to beat it like that. But oh my god, that was a really fun run suddenly. But that was Wedge. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was really fun. I really like these takes on maps that we already have, but just make them a lot more difficult. So if you have any of those maps, keep sending them to me. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching the video. Use code ETHERREAD in the Blue Store if you want to support the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Now this is a masterpiece, and this is probably one of the few maps that I've seen and actually thought, you know what, I have to make a video on this. And I was a little bit surprised and kind of sad when I saw ISAP made a video about this map, which came out a couple of hours ago. So he played on Chimps mode, and I don't think we're going to be playing on Chimps mode now because I do have a bunch of other maps to show you guys. But I just wanted to give a shout out to the person that made this. I'm going to have the code up here on screen if you guys want to play this thing. And let's move on to the other stuff that I want to show you. This one is a map called Monkey Hike, and this is probably not the most complicated and probably, I don't know, probably not the best looking and most detailed map, but I really appreciate stuff like this. First off, I like the colors. I like this gray into this kind of a sandy, I guess, color. And here's how the balloons go. I mean, the path is kind of obvious, but what I appreciate about this map a lot is that the creator put a lot of thought into defending this. So for example, you have these spots over here, these spots over here, and then this spot, I guess, here on the right. And if this was a Ninja Kiwi made map, I'm 100% sure they're gonna allow some removables, like remove a rock for $1,000 or something like that. So I really appreciate small stuff like this one, and this is something that you don't see in these 3D maps actually. And these are the types of maps that I really appreciate a lot. So we're gonna be playing one of those now. This is a map called The Great Divide, and you guys can see how much of a menace this map already looks like. This actually reminds me a little bit of like a Battles 2. type of map where just two players keep sending stuff between each other. It might actually be, because I don't play Battles 2. You can't put towers here in the middle, obviously. You guys, I think everyone figured that out by this point. But what I like about the creator of this map is that they actually, how am I defending this, by the way? Like a dog monkey here and then one like here, I guess. You can tell that they kind of thought about this map because, well, they didn't put fences over here on both sides. Because if they had put fences here onto the left and the right side, I think that this map would be, I don't want to say undefendable, because it would probably actually be, oh, they're leaking, so maybe I place one more over here. So the right side is defending by itself. How is that possible? They're placed in the exact same spot. And then I also wanted to check out something that, well, I kind of wanted to make a video on this, but I think this is the perfect map. Actually, it kind of worked out well. I wanted to showcase the millipede, and not only just showcase, but test it myself, because I haven't extensively tried this thing. I only tried it once. I wanted to test the millipede spike factory, which now got a huge buff. So the millipede spike factory now does 9 damage to Moab class balloons. That's a huge buff. That's 125% buff to the damage that it does. And that means it's pretty much going to be evaporating. Wait, hold on. Are we fine? One more? Yes, you have it. So it's kind of looking like Psy is happening with our dog monkeys. I think I want to have them on the right side. Like somewhere over here would be a good spot, I think. You know, the primary track for this map is the right one. So that's where we're going to see the Moabs, the BFBs, the ZOMG, the first ZOMG, and then the bad. They're going to appear on this side. But I kind of want to defend the left side, because I think that if we have all our defenses here, this is going to be the weaker track for sure. So I want to have the snipers in the, I guess, the spike factory here on the right side. So this is going to be the weaker side, and I want to have the stun ability over here, because that's the only aspect from side that is, oh, going first. That's the only aspect from side that is, I'm talking, but I'm leaking on the right side. So we have to do something about that, actually. I think I'm going to have the druid over here, I think that's going to be fine. Like, this is such an interesting map, because where are you placing the towers? So unless you get some more range, but I guess these base towers I'm buying, they don't have that much range, so that's why it's a little bit annoying. Okay, so let's figure out the sniper placement. And there are these trees that are blocking the side, which have been very purposely placed here, I'm pretty sure. So maybe if I have it like this, I mean, here to the left is going to work as well. Although the alchemist is going to have to be very carefully placed, so it doesn't buff this dart, but it buffs the sniper. So let's go like this. This is going to be a 0-2-2, and eventually I want to get to the millipede. Okay, so 3.4, it's time to get the bouncing bullet, and I think we are going to stabilize very much after getting this thing. And I think it's just going to be figuring out how we deal with the Moab, because we don't have any Moab damage at this point, but this map is kind of like, you know what, I'm just having trouble paying attention to both sides. So hopefully this sniper alleviates a little bit of those cares for me, because I'm really having trouble paying attention to what's happening. So if I have, like, let's say I have the alchemist here, and I'm going to have a village here for sure. Where is the spot going to be where it's only going to be buffing the sniper and nothing else? Is that even an existent spot? I think this is it. I think I found it. So if I go like this, and if I do this, yeah, that only goes in the sniper, I think. Yeah, there we go. We found it. Okay, so round 39, we need to pop the Moab. We're lacking very much Moab class damage, although we don't care about the ceramics, because Sai is going to take care of 3 ceramics at once. They're going to get level 7 just in time. And then this droid is going to take the last one. So I feel like we just need to find something. Is it going to be the spike? No, I don't have the money for the spike. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have placed the village now that I think about it. Okay, so let's just go the old-fashioned way. Let me get a Mauler here, and this should be more than enough to just beat the Moab player, and then all the ceramics are going to get held by Sai and the druid, and that should be enough. Ah, they didn't. Something survived. How did that happen? Wait, didn't you? I thought that was supposed to be like an insta-pop on all of them. That's fine, we got it done. So we're probably going to have one of these guys on the left side as well, because there's absolutely nothing happening on there. Yeah, so here comes the supply drop, and you know, looking at this map, I can say for sure that, oh, let me just use the stun on the left side, because these guys seem to be getting past. I guess this is my gauge. If they get past this dog monkey, then it's time to stun, and then the stun is going to affect this whole area on the left side. But looking at this map, this looks like an actual, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think this looks like a perfect advanced map, like just perfect advanced map. Like it's not an extra map for sure, because you can use these global towers, but then again, it's still not easy enough so that you would place it on the intermediate one. I think this is a perfect one, because it's, you know what they could do? They could just place a fence here, and they could call it an extra map like easily. Okay, so getting close to the elite sniper, but this is a difficult round. So it's a bunch of ceramics, and yeah, the sniper is very much struggling. So I'm going to stun the left side while the sniper focuses down the right one. But I think this should be fine. We're super close. Oh my god, look at those balloons. No ceramics. Are they going to hold? Yes. Very good. Very good. So it's time for the elite sniper. So let's buy it. Let's go on first. And now I feel like we're going to have no problem in cleaning up. So I think I'm just going to give it like just the jungle jumps, just get it a little bit more attack speed. So a good thing about this sniper is that even though it doesn't have like Moab class damage, because there are 4 of them coming out, the bullets are going to keep bouncing between them and it's actually going to take care of everything. So as long as it's 1 Moab, it's going to have trouble defeating it. But if it's like 3 Moabs, they're going to pop a lot easier than the 1, as weird as it sounds. Oh, by the way, 45 Moabs. Are we popping them? The right one is going to pop for sure. How about the left one? I think I'm going to stun the left one. And let's just give this guy, let's give the Mauler a little bit more time to pop it. Because that's the only thing that we have. And this is, it's going to get held. So as long as it pops, yeah, there we go. The ceramics are going to get held. So let's watch this one. This is 63. It's only the sniper defending. And that is absolutely not even close. Okay, and we don't even have the psi ability. I thought that we might even need it on like one of the sides. Let's just start preparing for the other one. So let's get the Spike Storm. And just let's start thinking about the carpet of spikes, which is, oh my god, what? Wait a minute. This is not looking good. I have the Spike Storm. I'm going to use it. The left one isn't popping. I need to use this thing as soon as possible. Did I just buy the Spike Storm at the perfect time? Because these 45 mobs, and I guess when the BFBs start coming out, that's going to be a huge issue, isn't it? Yeah, it's all fun and games until rounds like this are coming out, and especially these 45 mobs. So, you know what? I think I'm going to stun the first one. There are going to be more incoming, and I'm going to save the Spike Storm, because I want to have the Spike Storm for the 45 mobs, actually, and not the actual BFBs, because the mobs are a little bit harder. So we got all 3 of them, that's it. And now these guys are, well, they have a couple of BFBs beneath them, but I think we should be fine now. We have size level 10 ability, but let's see how they pop. So hopefully we don't get overwhelmed. We got them on the left side and the right. Oh yeah, there we go. So that was just Spike Storm timing. Okay, 45 Moabs, bad. 45 BFBs, even worse. So I think I'm going to use the ability and I want to pop. We popped the right one. We popped the left side as well. Oh my god, these guys are so good now with their extra damage. 49 damage and everything just evaporates. I think I should actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it and let's see how much damage just the normal attacks do now, because they got a bump in damage as well. And that is a lot of damage. That thing popped instantly. I don't think I even have to use the ability, it looks like. Nope. Oh my god, those spikes. Okay, so we don't have any Moab class damage and it's the 80s, it's free play. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the ability as soon as possible and hopefully we get 2 abilities out of this one, because the sniper is not holding these ceramics. Well, I think it's going to be able to hold, especially if we get like a couple more snipers, but it's just not now. So we need to get, we need to start fixing our problems. So the first one is going to be the carpet of spikes, and then we're going to start thinking about everything else. But the left side seems to have popped. And then we do have size ability. We're going to have our Spike Storm in a second. And I do have the Psi level 10 ability. So let me use that. Okay, we are going to need to basically get the carpet of spikes as soon as possible, because these are ramped up 45 BFB. So let me use the, I think I'm going to use it like this. And then that should be enough. And I think this is going to launch, it's going to launch a passive ability. So that's going to pop the guys on the left side. And what about the ones on the right though? So these guys have popped. And these guys are, they're kind of getting, yeah, there we go. So we popped them. That's just on time. That's perfect. So this carpet of spike seems to be evaporating the Moab class balloons. I'm going to be honest. So I don't think I'm going to be worried about them. And I think the main problem is going to be just the small balloons. So the way to deal with small balloons is by getting I guess by getting this thing, the balloon solver, with a little bit of an issue that we're defending 2 tracks at once. So what's a global tower that's going to be able to defend small balloons? Do you guys see one of those towers? Like what's it going to be? I mean, I know exactly what it is. It's the mortar, and we're going to have to micro it. So here's what I'm going to do. Do we go for the... I think we go for the millipad, actually. So the bottom path is very good versus defending Moab class balloons as well, because the DPS effect. But we don't have a problem with Moab class. We have a problem with the small balloons. So I'm actually going to go for the biggest one with the millipad. Okay, DATs incoming. The first DATs should not be a problem just because of the carpet of spikes. And wait, I didn't even see them. And hold on, let me just get this guy onto... Let's stun the left side and let's micro this guy on the right side to deal with these guys first. And I think the right side has been dealt with, and the left side seems to... Yeah, the left side popped as well. That's very good. Okay, so 94, here's how I want to play this thing. I'm going to use the active Spike Storm first, so we get a little bit of damage on, and we kind of get rid of some of the RBE. Let me micro this guy onto... you know what? I'm going to use the stun on the left side so we can focus the right side first. So left side is being kept in place, I feel like, and then these guys are popping. We're going to have... is there a passive Spike Storm incoming in a second? I'm not seeing it. Wait, actually, that was supposed to be... No! No, they're popping at the same time. This is the passive one. So let me micro this guy here and then move it on the right side. We're going to have a pass... No, not a passive. We're going to have the active one. We need to use it as soon as possible. These guys are making it way too far. This round is not looking good, guys. Well, Spike Storm, side level 10. Yes, there we go. Nice. That was clutch. That was really close. Okay, so DDs should not be an issue, but what is making this round an issue is the 45 mobs again for I don't know what time this in this run in general. Like these 45 mobs, they're a menace. It looks like. Let's stun the left side. Let's focus the mortar on the right side for a second. And then we have a passive one incoming. So I think the right side has been dealt with, and now the left side, yeah, it's getting held in place. That's fine. Okay, 96, huge RB round. One more of these guys, but we're gonna have the mortar in a second. Let's deal with these guys. Let me use the ability actually. Nope, that's way too close. Let me get the mortar now. The mortar actually stuns balloons for a brief amount of time. So let me focus the mortar on the left side while we focus the right side. Is that a good idea? Let me move it back like this. This guy is not getting out buff. That's not, I'm just noticing this now. So having an alchemist like this is gonna be just a 3. Actually, I'm going to have it as 3-0 Alchemist. And let's figure out how we want to defend this. So the ones that pop first is the ones that I'm going to focus. Okay, so the ones on the right pop first. So I'm going to use the stun ability on the guys on the right. And I'm going to try and focus on the guys on the left. And I'm targeting the guys on the right with the mortar, which should pop first. Okay, well, I need to move it back to the left side again. But I think we do have it. I think it was a great idea to go for the attack speed because of this small mini stun that they added. And this is probably the most important round of this entire run. So can I get the splatter? Not yet. I'm going to use, so that's the passive ability. I'm going to use the active ability now. Get some money, get the glue splatter, and I'm going to focus down the left side, I think. Or maybe I should have the glue gunner on the left so that these guys are slowed and then we can focus the right side. I don't know, guys. But it feels like the left side is popped before the right one. So I'm going to use Sai's ability. Let's stun, let's have the mortar do all of the damage in there. And I feel like the left side is going to pop first. Yeah, there we go. That's looking a lot better. Now that we have the glue, I feel like this glue is holding down the right side so much that these guys haven't even reached like the spike defenses. So the left side seems to be, I'm going to use the active ability. Oh, that was the passive one. Okay, I'm so happy that that happened. So I was going to use the active ability, but the passive one activated. So I still have the active one ready. And it was very fortunate that I didn't use it because we're going to need it for 99. So I'm going to stun the guys on the left side with Sai, and I'm going to use the active ability. So let's stun them like this, and then, oh, there goes a passive one. There goes a passive one again. And there we go. That is it. That is this map. Let's just have the side level 10 ability to end this thing off. But that was a beautiful map, and I really enjoyed playing this thing on Chimps mode. And I really hope to see more maps like this. But if they had only placed a fence over here, would that have changed anything this run? I think it's just the sniper would not have been able to see. But other than that, these all other towers, they can defend perfectly fine. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Use code EathandRead in the blue store if you guys want to help support the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Now this is one of those masterpieces that you see in the map era. This map is called Space Trucking, and this is one of the most recognizable maps I would say in the Bloons franchise, especially because this map comes from BTD6. So I think that a lot of you guys might have seen this map and might have played this one before, and now we get the chance to play it in BTD6. So that's what we're doing today, but we're going to incorporate one more thing. So first off, let me explain to you guys how this map works. You know what, actually I'm just gonna hit start. These balloons, they take a bunch of rounds, I guess around all of these planets, and then eventually they take the exit out. So I'm gonna hit restart because this is Chimps mode, and let's think about how we're gonna beat this thing on Chimps mode, because Chimps mode was not a thing back in BTD5. So even though this was a beginner map, I think that we might see actually a decent challenge trying to beat this, especially with the strategy that I want to do, and that is using the sub. So this is obviously Earth, and then you can actually use the water on Earth to place water towers. Would this be a good spot for the sub, or maybe somewhere at the top? I think I should do this. I think I should have it here at the top, and here we go. I should probably do a dart as well, because why not? Oh wait, you cannot have darts on this portion, it looks like, but you can have on, wait a minute, how does this placement work? So I guess this is the track, and that's why we can't have any towers in there, but maybe I have a dart like over here. That's kind of one of the things with this map, because even though it's a very long map, you don't even have that much space to place towers on. So this should be very, very interesting, especially with the thing that I'm trying to do today, which is a very small change, which I was kind of thinking how do I want to incorporate this, because I thought it was I didn't think this was a huge change, but I thought it was interesting enough for me to make a video on it, and that is the change that happened to the millipede sub. It got two changes. The first change was that the price got reduced from 32 to 29,000, so it's about $3,000 cheaper, which makes it, I guess, a little bit more affordable. But then the second change was that it now does 5 extra damage to ceramics, which went from 15 to 20. So I was thinking, how about we do something like, I don't know, maybe we super buff this thing, maybe we get, crossfire with the bottom pad, and then we give it a bunch of stuff like an alchemist, and try and have this thing as the main DPS, but also maybe play around the abilities a little bit, and that's why I brought Geraldo as the hero. So I'm kind of saving up for Geraldo next, and we're gonna have the reach of potions, reset the cooldowns, and then try and see how this whole thing is gonna work out. So maybe, I think these are the prime spots, which I'm kind of taking with the hero and with the Dart Monkey. And one of the thoughts that I had by looking at this map editor is just that I found myself kind of looking towards, can I just, oh no, I don't even have it available. I was thinking about the sharpening stone. So I was kind of, looking at these maps, and I'm thinking I actually am liking these normal maps more than I'm liking the 3D maps, because I feel like these 3D maps, they are, well, they're amazing artworks. Like, let's just be clear about that one. It's just that I constantly get this feeling that these 3D maps are more of an artwork than they are an actual fun map to play. So even though they look a lot better than these normal maps, I feel like you can find a lot of normal looking maps that are just as gorgeous as they are fun to play. And I'm saying this specifically because I already found a map that I really want to try out, but that's going to be saved up for another video. I might have forgotten about the fact that this thing can no longer be given a sharpening stone. Okay, so I mean the thesis behind Geraldo still stands, because we're going to be using the Regev potion for the abilities, and I guess we can still do this with the jar of pickles. Can I even find a spot? I was thinking of saving this millipede for the village, but then where does the alchemist go? Like, I only want the alchemist to be affecting the sub, and that is, oh, can I not have a tower in here? Okay, you know what, let me buy the village first, and then we're gonna see where the alchemist is gonna go. So let me try and fit the village right here towards the left, I think. And then what do we want to do? I think we just do this. We give it the jungle drums, then maybe if I can fit the yeah, there we go. So this is not gonna read Geraldo, is it? If I place the alchemist right here, I think it is. We're gonna have to test it. So I guess the Berserker Brew is gonna always go onto this guy, but the oh no, you guys see the AMD icon? Even though the tier 5 got a lot cheaper, I guess just the upgrade from this thing from the tier 3 to the tier 4 is going to be super expensive. So it's 14,000, and then how is this going to do versus the mob? So we have a couple of things to stop it. We can use the glue and stuff like that, but I think I just want to see how it does on its own. So let me do, you know what we're going to do? Let's just see how good this thing is, because I don't really have a gauge on the third tier and how good the tower is it. I know it does extra damage to mobs as well as ceramics. And let's just see how good this thing is in general. Oh yeah, that is actually semi-surprising, I would say. Like, I thought it was going to deal with it, but it kind of dealt with it a little bit better than I expected, I would say. Okay, so let's start working towards the first strike. I guess this whole thing is going to be just the sub surviving on its own. I don't want to get the stronger stimulant yet, because I do want to get the first strike first. Even though, does the first strike offer any extra damage in regards to the third tier? I'm very curious about that one, actually, because I'm not exactly... I'm not using this tower a lot, guys. I'm really not a first strike capability enjoyer, I would say. So if the damage starts lagging at any point, I think that's going to be it, because I don't think there's going to be a significant damage change, not even from the tier 3 to the tier 4, but from the tier 4 to the tier 5, honestly. I mean, what does it do? Like, does it get extra? I know that it gets extra damage to ceramics because that's one of the changes, but like, what else does it happen? What else does it do? I think we're gonna have to use this thing. Well, actually, maybe we chill. You know what? I think I should chill, and I want to see how it does versus 49, because it's going to be a bunch of ceramic balloons incoming, and this thing should do a little bit extra damage to them. And in comes 49, so I do have the money for the first strike. I think I'm going to buy it right now, and then let's see how good this thing is going to be, because I feel like this is pretty much the same thing as the ballistic. Okay, so I'm kind of surprised of how well this thing is doing for I guess an ability tier 4, because that's the only thing that this thing is getting used for, just the first strike. I don't think anyone uses this for damage. I mean, not at least not myself, but it seems to be defending. This is the only thing doing any damage at this point. I don't have any other damage towers. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little surprised that this tower is doing so well, and this is the BFB, so I'm just going to let the BFB just get attacked by this thing. I'm not gonna use the ability, even though we can wipe it, and then if something goes wrong, I guess we can still use the ability, but I'm just gonna see if this thing can even defend the BFB by itself. Just keep in mind, this is a 200 village, a 420 alchemist, and just a 042 sub, and I think that if balloons go No, there's one more round. Okay, so they do one more round around Earth. Okay, so getting close to the preemptive, I think the 45 mollies might be a little bit of an issue. And then how does this thing do versus the ceramic waves in 63? I'm not gonna buff it with anything, even though we can buy something like an overclock. And as I say that, I mean, these normal balloons are leaking a little bit. Maybe we do some micro shenanigans? Is that even a thing? I don't think it is. You know what? This 45 mob needs to pop right now. Wait a minute, there are balloons at the front. Let me use the ability. I clicked number 2 and the ability is number 1. I don't know why I tapped the number 2 on the keyboard, but we have to restart this. Okay, so it was all fun and games until the 45 mobs came in. So I'm going to use the ability now and hopefully, yeah, that got damage on both of them. Wait a minute. What just happened? What? Okay, what happened there? Why didn't the 45 mob pop from the rocket? Is this thing bugged or is the targeting following the attack? So if I have this thing as strong and I use the ability now, there it is. Okay, that might have been it actually. But we got through 62. So now we have, I think we have the Reach of Potions. Yeah, there we go. So we have only one. And this is going to be the first wave. Let's see how it does. Like, it's got some AoE and it's got some extra ceramic damage. So I think it might... Oh, yeah, look at that. So it actually dealt with the ceramic waves by its own. That's actually kind of... I wouldn't say that's surprising, but it's kind of interesting that this tower can do that. It's just like a glorified ballistic at this point. There was just an alchemist next to it and it seems to be doing well. Okay, so we need to get this thing on... I think we get this thing on strong and then maybe in some loop like now. Yeah, there we go. That was a good ability. So we do have the money to buy the preemptive now, which means that, you know what, I'm going to buy it because we're going to have BFBs. And as I say that, the BFBs are no longer here. There we go. Look at those rockets getting launched. And I'm even going to use the ability and... yeah, boom. Nice. So even the first strike ability now gets a little bit lower cooldown, which when we get the Energizer going, I'm going to have the Energizer over here just because it's going to be in range of the village. What are we doing with this one? Are we going for middle or bottom path? So bottom path means more attack speed, but middle path means more pierce and you can pop lead balloons. Now we can fix the lead balloon thingy by going for the middle path on the village. And I feel like we're going to need the attack speed on this thing. So I'm actually going to go like this. 75 is ending and I really wanted to show you guys this because I'm going to use the ability on a wave of ceramics. How often do you do this? Not that often, but that's very satisfying to do. And we got a little bit of cooldown reduction on this thing, so I'm not exactly worried about how the ability goes. Although when we do get the Energizer, do you guys know how much cooldown reduction this thing is going to get? It's going to be 50%. So look at this. While radius heroes earn experience 50% faster and water monkeys' ability cooldowns are halved. So this rocket is going to be going off, well, just the ability, the passive ability obviously isn't affected and it doesn't care about it, but the active ability is going to go up so fast. And we do have Geraldo's Reach of Potions, which reset the cooldowns. And look at that. So the passive ability no longer one-shots these BFBs, which means that, you know what, I'm going to use the ability now. Oh wait, that didn't get the second one. I thought it was going to for sure at least do some damage to the second one, but nope, it doesn't look like it. But it doesn't matter because we're going to have the ability up for this UMG anyways. So it's going to do the first strike on the ZOMG and it's not going to pop it, but I'm going to do the ability and that is about it. And there goes the ZOMG. Okay, so now this is the time of the game where these guys are going to start spawning in some very strong ceramics. And this is where this bonus that we're trying to test is going to start coming into play. So it's looking like it actually is doing kind of well, at least it seems. That before we get the Energizer, because this is the time where we can actually see what's happening. But it does look like it's getting a little bit overwhelmed by these smaller balloons. So maybe we need to stop these guys by getting something like a mob glue, or maybe get something like, I don't know, some boomerangs going just to kind of stop them. And I say that, and we have the Energizer ready. So I think I'm going to buy right now and just watch those cooldowns, guys. Those cooldowns are going to be crazy. So we have a bunch of these 45 BFBs and I'm going to use the ability right now. So let's use it. And let's see how fast it comes off. Oh my god, that's super fast. Yeah, this thing is going to go off multiple times in one single round. So let's use it one more time. And it seems to be popping 45 ceramics pretty easily. Although it's only round 82, so let's not jinx it. But this thing is looking very good, I have to say. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let me buy this thing. Do it like this. I'm just going to have... Am I getting this... I think I'm gonna get the splatter. Actually, am I getting the relentless glue? That's my question. I think I should probably, because the stun is gonna be super good. Yeah, oh my god, the stun is so good. Okay, so let me, you know what, maybe we should play with this thing a little bit. So let's use the ability, let's refresh once, let's use it again. I mean, that was not worth it at all because it was just 2 BFBs, but it's fine. This is gonna come off cooldown, so I really want to have these guys ready for like the 90s, especially the late 90s. And then what else are we doing? Let's just keep using these abilities. This feels like a little bit feels like the Pirate Lord hook of how fast this cooldown is. I mean, I do not think that this thing is gonna get to attack and pop these UMGs. Maybe one of them with normal attacks. That's 3 CMGs gone. Imagine what's gonna be happening with these rounds like 96, 98, especially 98. Oh my god, I can't wait for 98. I'm gonna use all these abilities. It's gonna be like at least 5-6 abilities in a single round, I think. Okay, so these guys are very close together. So if I do this, it's still only gonna be 1. I feel like we're gonna need the boomerang. You know what? I'm gonna get the boomer. And the boomer is gonna kind of push everything together and clump them up a little bit better, I feel like. Let's use the ability, boom. Oh my god, this thing is so fun to use. Let me use the ability and boom, everything goes. This is such a fun ability. I think you just need to have the combo and everything ready, but when everything is up and running, this is just so fun to use. And the Energizer is dealing with a bunch of these ceramics. I have to be honest, even though a lot of this, I guess the majority of the damage is being done by this thing, it's got 700,000 pops and it's going kind of fast. So let me buy the overclock and let's get ready for this thing. And how are we doing with the regen potions? So everything is ready. I don't think I want to be using them, but I do want to save money because we don't have the money to buy 2 of them right now. So let me do it like this. And you know what I'm going to do? I completely forgot about this, but the invisibility potion now gives extra range. So let's just check the range now. So can you guys see it? I guess we can see it here. When it's out buffed, it's about here. And then if I give it the regen potion, then it's going to go a little bit below. Did it go a little bit below? Yeah, I think it did. So this is, I think, important because it's going to catch this intersection over here. Let me just use an ability and I just clear out one of these UMGs. And look at that missile attack go. I mean, you know what? Why not? Why not? This is not what you typically do, but I think this is a nice showcase of this whole thing and just the small changes that happen. So this was a little bit easier to afford, but I don't think anyone is going for the main DPS of this tower. And that is probably why no one is going to buy this in the order which we bought it. But you guys want to know another reason why I love this tower? We are not gonna see a single DDT on this round and it's 95. So look at that. You guys watching this? I love this thing. And it's not even the DDTs, it's just these small 45 mobs that are coming out. So every time a mob class balloon comes out, it just gets a missile launched in its face. And that is what happens to 95. It just doesn't exist. But I do usually use the first strike ability, although I do kind of feel that the first strike is going to fall out a little bit just because of the changes happening to the spike storm, because you guys know how these things go. So people usually either buy the spike storm or the first strike to deal with the bad around 100. And now there was this huge change happening to the spike storm where it got its damage like doubled. Okay, so can this ability one-shot 45 ZMGs? Let's see. It cannot. It cannot one-shot them. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so let's save everything. We have everything ready basically. Can I afford? I don't think so. I was looking to afford like the Cold Arms, but this is like 8k and the Cold Arms is 21. So I think we're avoiding that. Okay, but this is the big round. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I'm going to overclock this thing. I'm going to use the ability once and I'm going to try and erase everything with the ability. So let me just click on Geraldo and go like this. Use the ability. Regen Potion. Use the ability again. Regen Potion. Use the ability again. And overclock this thing. And now we just eliminated, I don't know how much. We eliminated like half the RB. Nah, that's not really true. But we did a lot of damage. That was really fun. So let's do one more. You know what? I think I said that we're going to do like 5 to 6 abilities in this round specifically. We're at number 4 currently. And this upcoming is going to be number 5. So was I correct with my prediction? I absolutely was. So round 99 incoming. And I think that this is, the passive ability is going to one-shot 45 DDTs as well, right? No, it doesn't. Oh, wait, do we have a problem actually with this one? Should I be buying this thing then? We can afford the Cold Arms now, which I'm gonna do. Let me use the ability just in case. Oh, wow, that... I didn't know. I thought that this was gonna one-shot 45 DDTs as well. That's interesting. Okay, so here's what we're doing with this one. I'm gonna use the ability once, and I'm not touching it again. So when it comes back, I'm gonna overclock this thing, and I'm gonna use the Cold Arms and see how we do versus this thing. So... let's do it like that, and let's watch these small missiles go to work. How much damage is one of them doing? It's like... I don't think you can tell because there's a small attack happening with the darts, with your bursts, but... it's... yeah, it's not looking spectacular. So this is not the primary way to use this tower. Let's use the ability again. Use the Call to Arms and just erase. I think I'm just gonna let it erase this one with his normal attacks, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be a victory versus... let's just hit the review map for a second. and we beat space trucking. I do have a lot of plans on playing more map editor maps that you guys have created, so you know, keep sending me those codes, and also, you know, don't forget to use my code EthanReed in the Bloons store. But that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one. It's only been 2 days, but I already found the best looking map, at least so far. This is an absolutely gorgeous map, and it's called Monkey Meadow, but at a different angle, made by Sharkpog, and I cannot give a shout out big enough to this person. I have no idea how they made this thing happen. Look at this. This is Monkey Meadow, but and I really like these maps, which is they give kind of a 3D forced perspective, I think that they call it. And I've seen a bunch of maps look like this, where it's basically, let me just hit play and show you guys what's happening. So this is the Bloons, somehow they made it to follow the path of the map. So it's actually Monkey Meadow, but it's, I don't know, all of these props, they've been rotated somehow to give a 3D perspective, and this looks absolutely gorgeous. I cannot believe this thing. I cannot believe how good of a map this is, and we're gonna be playing this one. I think this is the absolutely best map that I've seen so far. And you know what? Can we defend it like Monkey Meadow? Like, this is the middle, so let's play. Can we place 3 darts in here? Because even though the perspective is like kind of 3D, it's not, you know, it's not actually 3D. So maybe we defend it like this. We're gonna have to kind of be careful about how we defend this, but look at this thing. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I've seen a bunch of these 3D maps. Actually, you know what? I noticed this thing, and I made a list of a bunch of maps that look like this. There was this one, I remember the name, it was called Ring of Fire, and that's just a gorgeous map as well. It's kind of, it has like 2 benches in the middle. The sky is like pitch black behind, and there's this somehow, I don't know where they found it in the prompts, like there's some fire prop or something like that, and they made this kind of this circle, Ring of Fire. Then you have the balloons coming out from the left side and exiting on the right side. I should probably show you that thing instead of explaining it. I'm gonna make it appear on the screen as I'm talking about it, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. That's just a gorgeous map. I cannot believe the maps that you guys have created in these past few days. It's only been 2 days. This is insane. This is gorgeous. And if you guys notice, this map is, it said at the top it was Ninja Kiwi verified. So the guys in Ninja Kiwi, they actually saw this map and they liked it as well. And I'm gonna be honest, this is probably one of the best ones yet. So what are we doing today? Well, I just wanted to showcase this map. I wanted to start playing your guys' maps. I'm gonna be creating an entire playlist filled with your maps. So I will be going through the map area, and you guys can drop your maps if you want me to check them out. And I will be making an entire playlist of just your maps. I'm going to be playing all of them. So this is the first one. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous one. But, you know, even though I guess I chose this map because it looks good, but we're not exactly always going for looks. So if you guys have an actually difficult map that I can play, then I'm definitely going to do that. But we're doing this one on Chimps mode. So let's start with Etienne. I wanted to get Etienne just because of the new skin. If you guys haven't bought it or haven't seen it, we're going to do a little bit of a showcase for that thing now. And it's round 15. So do we use the ability? I don't. Oh, actually. Oh no, wait. Is this fine? I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Let me just check. You know what? I want to check the line of sight. How does it work? I mean, I know that I know how it works. It's just this thing messes with my head, guys. I'm looking at this and it just messes me up when I look at this. So let's just see like this. Okay, so wherever I place the sniper has full vision, which is something that I would expect. So just like that, can we have? No, you cannot have anything. Okay, in the sky. So this is completely, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but you know, maybe they kind of missed something. And then maybe, so you can have towers here, and then can you have towers at the start? No, that's what, oh, actually, you know what? Oh, look at that. So maybe we can place something in there. You can hide the tower in there. You know, we got early access, and I'm now realizing that I am really not as creative as I thought I was, because when I was trying to create a map, I was just trying to do it the old-fashioned way, the way that Ninja Kiwi was doing. But when I'm seeing these 3D perspective maps, it just goes to show that the community is so much more talented. And honestly, you know what? Can I just say this? What was stopping Ninja Kiwi from making a map like this? Like, is that a little too much to say? What was stopping you guys from making a map like this? I mean, this is like day 2 and the community is already winning. This is insane. So I got a ninja here. I don't know why I got the ninja. I think it's just like a safety tower, but we need to deal with lead balloons. So let's do that. You know what? This Phoenix, it actually got a little bit of a change. So let me just try and get the Phoenix. This is gonna be our camo detection. Oh my god, this is messing me up. I shouldn't have placed the wizard. I should have had it here. You know what? We're gonna get 2 wizards anyway. So let's get this thing over here. I'm gonna buy 2 walls of fire. The one at the back is probably gonna be useless. Okay, let's get the dragon's breath and then the Phoenix. As you guys can see, the price is a lot higher now, and this thing apparently now has some light seeking, I think they call it. So I think these projectiles, I'm not exactly sure how it works, because this is going to be my first time buying it. So let's just buy it and see what's going to happen. But this thing is incredibly expensive now. It's $8,000. I think this used to be I don't know. Well, not prior to this update, but like maybe a few updates ago. How can I say that? It was like, I don't know, it was closer to maybe like 5,000 this specific upgrade, and now it's 8. I don't know. That's a huge price increase. So what are we doing? Okay, so let's give this guy to Arcane Mastery. I don't think this is going to be too difficult, guys, by the way. I think that this map is still a long map, and it's still just a one-track map. It's Monkey Meadow, in a way, but we're absolutely going to be playing through this. Okay, so we almost have money for the Phoenix, so let me get the Phoenix, and let's see how this light-seeking attack works. I should probably be placing all of these towers, like... Wait, I can sell. Why can I sell? This is Chimps mode, isn't it? Yeah, it's Chimps mode, so why am I allowed to sell? You know what? I'm actually going to sell. So it's $0, we're not gaining any cash, but I'm going to sell these Dark Monkeys just so we free up a little bit of space. You know what? I'm probably even going to sell the Ninja. Do I sell the Ninja? Yeah, let's sell the Ninja. And let's kind of have all our towers here in the middle. So, I mean, this Dragon's Red Wizard is not allowing these balloons to go anywhere. I think we're going to need to go into the 50s so we can see the balloons actually come out. Okay, so I just went through my list of maps that I want to try out, and first off, I want to give a shout out to the person that recreated. I think a lot of people actually did this, but there was one that was like specifically good, and they just recreated the main menu, which is kind of insane because we can now play in the main menu. That is, oh, you guys are coming up with just the weirdest stuff ever. I want to give a shout out to the person that made this other map called Lost Mines, and I think I'm gonna play that one actually. I'm not just gonna talk about it. Like, I do plan on playing it because somehow, and I wasn't able to figure out how this thing works, and maybe it's like super intuitive, I just missed it, but what they managed to do is they created this path of balloons, and the balloons come out and then they walk into a mine and then they disappear and they become untargetable, and I'm not sure how they did that. Oh, you know what, let me just use the Phoenix first, and let's see what this I'm not exactly seeing the light seeking. Am I missing something? This looks like just the good old Phoenix to me, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna have around 63 in a second, so we have to do something about it. And what do we do? Oh, actually, it's not even 63. It's the purple balloon. So let me use the UCAV. And you know what? Let's do the Axis of Wizard. Why not? Let's give ourselves a little bit of a challenge. So let's do this. And I think that is a good spot for the Prince of Darkness. Maybe, you know what? Maybe like move it over here. And then they walk out and go up. Yeah, there we go. We can't even see the balloons. Maybe I should have it a little bit. You know what? I should probably have it like this so that we can actually see some of the action. And yeah, that's about it. Let's try and get the Axis of Wizard. Can you go past round 100, by the way? So for example, I have Chimps mode selected and we're playing up to round 100, but is there like a free play button after you win? I don't know. I've never done a challenge. So it seems like in order for you to unlock a map and make it available to get played in all of the modes, you just need to beat it on one mode. So for example, you can create the most obnoxious map, I feel like, and you only have to beat it on easy standard, and then the map gets unlocked for all of the game modes. Something that's been missing in the game are extreme maps. So if you guys have played BTD5, there have been extreme maps in BTD5, but there are no extreme maps in BTD6. So I think that this is the opportunity for the community to create these extreme maps, because Ninja, I mean, to be fair, these experts, some of them are just painful, and some of them, you know, you have to do the perfect setup, and like, you know, the start and the early games of some of them are just set in stone that you're not allowed to do anything, and there's even some RNG in some of them. But just imagine that you can pretty much go way above that. It looks like now with this area thingy. So yeah, it's gonna be super fun, guys. Okay, so what are we doing next? The Wizard of Phoenix is a little bit too expensive, but the base tower becomes a lot stronger. So we're gonna have an ability to play with, and at this thing, the Archmage, I don't know about the Archmage. That's kind of my thing. Like, I just don't know about it. So maybe we buy the Archmage just because it's not gonna be that strong. I don't know. I've kind of mixed feelings about this tower. I mean, it's good, but it's like, I feel like it's deceptively good. It's not that good. So maybe, you know what? The Comanche Chimera got a nice treatment, so maybe we should go for that one. So the price of the Comanche Chimera, let me just check how much this thing is in Chimps mode. It's 34. Oh my god, it's the same price as the Archmage. Wait, these guys, is Ninja Kiri kind of grading these guys, the Archmage and the Comanche Chimera, to be similarly strong? And you know what? I just noticed, but we do not have a single village. So let me, where am I buying the village? Maybe like let's try and get, can I get Etienne and the Comanche defense in the same village? I don't think, if I have it like this, is it gonna get both? I don't think it is, but I'm gonna try, I have to try it. So let's have it like this. So Etienne is not in range, and oh my god, this thing is not in range either. So if I buy another village though, Etienne is range now, and this thing is not. Oh, that's unfortunate, but you know what? I have a trick for this thing. I'm not sure if I should be doing it, but I can increase the range of this village by a little bit by, I'm actually going to do it. So if you go for the bottom path, like this thing is not going to make money, but if you go for the monkey town, and let me just buy it, and then eventually the monkey city is going to increase its range even further. So let's do that. Let's just make sure that this Comanche, because we don't need the wait a minute, we do need the millipede. Because the Comanche cannot see DDTs. Yeah, I might have played myself a little bit with this one. Okay, so let's find something else with DDTs. Wait, you know what we could do for DDTs? So now, this is one of the new changes with the glue strike, that you no longer need the top pad in order for it to affect mob class balloons. So maybe we could do that. Maybe we do something like a glue storm, and then we get, but we need to get the Comanche first. We need to get the Comanche Commander first. So let's just save up money for this one. That's going to be like the game-winning tower in combination with Etienne and the Prince of Darkness. And I think at that point, we're going to have more than enough damage, but we're going to lack a little bit of DDT power, I feel like. Even though the Prince of Darkness is kind of nice, to be fair, but I want to get it as well. I want to try out the new glue storm. So this is round 85. Let me just get the UCAV just to get some damage going. I mean, maybe, you know what, even activate the Phoenix. Why not? This is going to be, I think this is going to be a nice tower in Chimps mode nowadays, because it's kind of cheap. And you know what's also cheap? I think I mentioned this in my video, but this thing is cheap as well, the trap, which is now 51,000. I think this one used to be maybe, if I'm not mistaken, this one was close to 70,000, I think, when it came out, and now it's 51, and it's the exact same thing, by the way. It hasn't been changed at all. So it just goes to show that this was a very overpriced tower when it came out, I think. I mean, that's just, oh, we have the money, so let's get the Comanche Commander, and let's also get glue, which is, we're gonna buy it under a discount because we bought the bottom path village. So I'm actually gonna go for the bottom path on this one. So let's get it like this, and this should be able to affect Moab class blues now, which we're gonna see on the next round with the DDT. So let's deal with this one first, and then I'm gonna use the ability when all DDTs are on screen, and we should be able to see what's happening. So Comanche Commander, is this thing that good? I mean, this thing has been getting buffed update after update after update, and I just can't believe that they're making it this strong. I mean, was it that weak actually, or are they just over buffing it to this point? I don't know. Okay, so DDTs are on screen, and let me, oh yeah, it's affecting them. Look at that, it's affecting them. That's amazing. I love that. And yeah, 3 more rounds left. So maybe, do we want to buy anything else? I mean, maybe I can buy something like a glue just to slow everyone down. Maybe like a mob glue, have this thing on strong. But I don't think this is necessary. I think we have more than enough damage. So let's, you know what, I'm going to save the glue ability for the next one. But I'm going to use the Phoenix and the drones now. And let's just evaporate round 98. Yeah, this isn't even close. We're so good. Monkey Meadow in 3D. This is just such an insane map. I really love this thing. Oh wait, these little dragons, they changed the color. They're red now. That's a nice little touch. Let's use the ability now, by the way, for these DDTs. And there we go. It's around 100. Let's use everything when this thing comes in range. So let's use the drones. Let's use the Phoenix. Let's use the UCAV, which is going to turn purple now. And let's use the glue strike, which is supposed to be, yep, it affects the bat as well. That is amazing. I really love that. I really like that change. There was no reason, it was kind of confusing to have only the top hat affect mob class balloons because no one knew about it. But it's fine now, I think. It just affects everything, and I really like that. That's it. That is Monkey Map. Can we do, oh, we can do free play. Look at that. Okay, let me just give all the likes to this map first. And let's hit free play. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah, it's just like normal free play. That's beautiful. But I think I'm gonna end the video about here because we kind of beat the map, and I wanted to showcase this one because this was the apps. I don't think anything came even close to this map. I mean, you guys saw this thing had like 10,000 likes, and I don't think anything else came close to this map. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video right here, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, please use code EATTOREAD in the Balloon Store, and I will see you all very soon because there's so much content to be done, and I will be making videos and everything. So stay tuned for those, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.